Hello, everybody. We're back. Hi. Hi, Kat.
Hello again.
It's Emma and Kat, and we're here to talk about the Summer Wells case. We're supposed to be having some special guests on tonight. You may have seen them on other channels, but I wanted them to come on my channel so that I would have the opportunity to ask them some questions. And, you guys in the chat have been leaving comments as well on my community page of things that you would like to know and you would like to ask Candus's friends. So I thought, well, maybe we could ask her these questions tonight. So hi, everybody. Hi, Hip. Hi, Mayflower, Jen, Tinkerbell, J-Day, Salty, Miss Canada, Miss Candus Young,
E, Gen C, Mayflower, hey, Thirsty, Dorset,
Sarah,
JD.
she's from Kent.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Sky.
So we've just done a live about half an hour ago, and I was asking for some advice, but now we're going to move on to the Summer Wells case. So I'm just going to add somebody to the stream. We've got Jenna. Hi, Jenna.
Hi, Jenna.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine. How are y'all?
Yeah,
good, thank you.
We're good. It's nice to see you.
You as well.
So, how have you been today? Have you done anything exciting or?
No. Today has been a relaxed day. It's like so cloudy and cold, and
it sounds like England. That's what the weather's like in England all the time.
Yeah,
cloudy and cold.
Really dreary day today.
Dreary day.
Yeah, dreary, like really crazy.
Oh, dreary. Yeah. Well, I've just been asleep most of the day because I've been working. And what have you been doing, Kat?
Going to coffee shops, drinking coffee. I had 3 dance classes. I had 3 dance classes this morning. So by the time I come out of my 3rd dance class, I was straight in the coffee shop, sinking cups of coffee to give me my energy back.
Oh, well, there's loads of people in the chat saying hi to Jenna. I want everybody to be respectful tonight, whatever your theories are or however you feel about anybody that we have on the panel. Please be respectful to me, with it being my channel, and respectful to everybody that I have up that we talk to. And we don't need to be blocking anybody unless they're rude. If they've got different opinions to us, then that's fine. But we do block people that are rude because we just don't want that. So Jenna, we've seen you on Ziggy's channel quite a lot recently, and some of the things that you tell us are just so interesting because we don't hear anything from Candus. I mean, we really have not really heard anything at all apart from that media interview at the beginning where she looked like she was kind of a bit out of it. So it's nice to have a voice so we can find out a little bit more about what's going on from her side of things, as to whether or not there's certain things that people believe or not, or that's a different story. But it's nice to hear. We've got Ziggy coming up as well. Oh, we've got Ziggy. Hi, Ziggy.
Hey.
Hey, Ziggy.
Hey.
Oh, 4 of us. That's nice.
So I'm guessing if Prayer Garden's coming, that she probably will show up in chat.
Okay, right. Yep.
Because for some reason, every time I send her a link through text message or email, she just never can figure it out. I don't know why, but so we'll have to watch for her in the chat. Oh. Hey, everybody.
Everybody saying hi to you, Ziggy.
Yeah. I don't want to interrupt.
So I mean, as you know, I work a lot of shifts, and I get like 15 minutes between each emergency, and I'll like log on and you'll be live, Ziggy, and I'll think, and I start listening, and I get like 15 minutes in and then I've got another job. So I don't always get to hear like the whole live, and I get like snippets here and there. But what I've heard is just so interesting. And we were just saying before, without Candus's voice, without Candus coming forward and actually saying anything. There's only one way of us finding out how she feels, when people come forward like Jenna.
Right. Exactly. You have to talk to the people closest to them. And a lot of times people will be like, you know, especially my chat, because it gets a little wild over there, but people be like, I don't see how this is helping Summer and stuff. It's like, you know, like talking to people who have had experiences with the wells. And it's like, what, are you kidding me? Like this, I mean, this helps tremendously. That's what investigators do.
Yeah.
They interview people that are closest to the
We
victim.
don't have to believe what everybody says, do we? But as long as we're listening to all sides, and then we can all make our minds up, can't we?
Right.
You know. Thank you, Above and Beyond Ancestry Readings. She says, Emma, finally caught one of your lives. Hello, panel 2. That's nice.
Hello.
We really appreciate that. Thank you. So can I ask you a question, Jenna? I don't think I ever asked you this. So what made you come forward, like, in the first place, you know, to say what you'd seen or heard? What made you you know, come forward to Ziggy?
Well, actually, I heard Ziggy's live, and I actually called Candus, and I said, Candus, who have you let close to you that is actually telling your information on Ziggy's channel? So she sent me a lot of emails, and she said, that's Sissy. So when I went on Ziggy's channel, it was to, I guess, oust Prayer Garden for who she really was.
Yeah.
But I started getting questions. But the whole time that I was talking to Candace, I had been reporting everything that I seen as a red flag to TBI.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, when you first started talking to her, was it because you wanted to make friends with somebody, or was it because you were trying to get the information, a bit like when I was talking to Grandma to try and find out what might have gone on?
You know, it sounds horrible, but I
Yeah.
was trying to talk to see if I can get any information from Summer. And I'm
Yeah.
not trying to hurt Candace, because I've seen a video she made after I came out. And that's, besides Dawn, you know, the situation with Dawn leaving her for Sissy, I've never seen her cry before. I've never seen her cry about Summer. I've never seen her cry about her boys.
No.
I don't think any of us have we, really?
No.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mayflower, for the 17.99 super sticker. That's so kind of you. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, so I just got a text, guys, that supposedly, I don't know if you've heard anything about this to confirm or not, whether it's true, but that TBI is taking over Summerwell's case and no more sheriff department.
Good.
Oh, well, I thought they already had, or
I don't know.
were they just helping? Like,
I mean, there is. I know that. Well, no, they didn't have. They weren't. Yeah, they were just helping. Sheriff's Department was definitely involved because there's Pruitt was the sheriff or the investigator from Hawkins County that is over Summerwell's case.
yeah.
So I heard, anyways, from a reliable source. Somebody with the last name Pruitt. And I think that was, I'm pretty sure that was the sheriff's department. Yeah.
I was kind of thinking the FBI should have taken over personally.
I think so as well.
I wish.
Yeah.
They did Gabby to Petito, didn't they?
Yeah.
The FBI was involved and all that. And
yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, what does that tell us, though? What does that tell us if the FBI are taking over? Are they doing it because they don't feel the sheriff's department is doing anything, or they're not getting anywhere, or?
Well, it says, I was told it's the TBI. So
TBI,
TBI.
So yeah, Tennessee, you know, which is a little bit bigger, you know, it's like, I know you're over in the UK, so it's over the state. And then there's the FBI over the whole United States. Instead of like the sheriff's department, which would be over the county. I don't know exactly why. I was just text this. And I don't have any info or, I haven't seen any. I was literally just text this while I came on here. So I don't know if this is legit information, but I don't know. I think that's a good thing if it's true.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of people were complaining about, or possibly wondering if there was some kind of connection between the sheriff's department and Don, or if there was something weird going on there, like, or is he related to Sheriff Lawson and stuff, you know? And so now hopefully that can help with some of the speculations.
I mean, Slink Selena saying, do you think they're strapped for cash? I mean, they are a smaller organization, aren't they, compared to, I suppose, TBI?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like there's a lot to go on. I mean, all the lives that Don's done and everything, there's a lot for them to pick at, isn't there, here? It's not like the parents have never spoken out. And I don't know how the sheriff's department can keep up with it all, to be honest. And now it's become even bigger, hasn't it, because of his recent activities.
Yeah.
So
can I ask the question? Because I'm not entirely sure of the difference, but does the TBI have more clout than the Hawkins County Sheriff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
See, I don't know the difference between the TBI and the FBI, apart from them being in Tennessee. That's all I know.
FBI is
over the United States.
Federal, the national, like the whole country, whereas TBI is for Tennessee.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then Hawkins County is like a small area in Tennessee. So it's Hawkins County is only over that little small area that happens to be where Rogersville is. And I did see somebody mention in the chat that where it says, I heard on Don B's, I can't find the comment now, where, it says News Nation had a former FBI agent talking about Summer's case. Yes, Gloria, that is so that's true. And Emma, if you haven't seen that, you should play, I don't know if it's the latest one, I'll have to check, but on News Nation on YouTube, like, there was a former FBI agent on there, and they were talking about how much she suspects the parents of the Summer Wells case. So quite interesting from a law enforcement perspective, even though she's former law enforcement, it makes you wonder and hope. Not hope. I mean, only if it's wonder if that's what they're thinking. Also, like the ones that are actually active and over the case, if they're also highly, speculative of
they must be considering as well the possibility that Rose's disappearance has anything to do with this or connected to this, because I mean, I don't know how many families you've ever come across that have two missing females within a 10-year gap. It's just not, it's not something that happens, is it? I mean, and also if they feel that they've got away with the first one, knowing that she's never been found and nobody's suspected, then it's easy enough to do it second time. We got away with it the first time. So would that be a possibility? I don't know. They're considering.
I think it could be.
Yeah. WV Peach, she says Don B has it on his channel. The TBI is taking all tips. $5 super chat. Thank you very much, WV Peach. That's so kind. Thank you. So what else did I do while you were on here? I asked some people to put some questions in the community page to see, what they were wanting to ask you as well. So I can do that at the end. I'm also hoping that Doug appears somewhat at some point, because something happened today where I got a message from Don, and I have uploaded it here to the photos. Yeah, and it's quite important, and it's to do with his ongoing brand new investigation. So I want to show it, but I don't want to do it without him being here, because I asked him with his name being in it if I could show it. He wants to be here, so I can.
He's going to come up, actually.
Well, I'm not sure, but I just wanted him to explain it.
That would be very interesting, Emma, because you'll be the first one to get him on your channel since he's been arrested. So that will be very good for your channel.
Well, I've dropped him the link. He has got the link. He messaged me about or an hour, was it ago, Kat? About an hour ago.
Yeah. It was just before your
and
last live.
yeah, just before my last live, and he was asking about getting a hold of Doug for some particular reason, and it was to do with the recent goings on between him with the video. So I just want Doug to come up before I show it,
Is it
and
Doug
just
or
explain
Don
it.
Wells? I thought you said Don Wells.
Well,
Don Wells.
both. I've sent the link to both of them.
Oh.
It's Doug that wants me to. He wants to be here when I show it, and Don has the link for the StreamYard as well.
Okay.
For him to explain if he wants to come up.
Okay.
So, what have I written here? So, I mean, we do appreciate you, Jenna. We do really appreciate you coming forward with information and things that we didn't know. Like I was saying at the beginning, that because Candus hasn't spoken out, and you know, people can say or have their own opinions, but as long as they're not rude in any way, that's good. So why do you think Candus hates YouTubers so much? Or is that a silly question?
She doesn't want anybody in their business. She doesn't want anybody to get any information. And Don, if he gets real close to somebody, he'll tell them more than he's supposed to.
What does that mean, though? More than he's supposed to?
I mean, well, basically, she's told me that he's digging his own grave. So
yeah,
but then that must mean that she thinks that he did something.
Well, she came out of her mouth and told me she believes he did something.
And Grandma did the same. She said the same. So they're both, you know, looking in on him like he's done something.
Yeah.
If she's saying the same thing as Gran said, you know, what was it? She said something along the lines of, I think he's done something, but I can't prove it. Okay, so Granda's told Emma one story and Chase 423 has a different story involving Grandis. Two different outcomes. I hope Chase is correct. Oh God, yeah, well, I think we all do because that means she's still alive.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. But I don't think so because I was on the phone with Candus when the first one came out about saying Grandma, Candus and Summer did not even get out of the truck. Don came in, said Grandma told everything, and he was freaking out. He was cussing, and then she was like, "No, no, no, Mama wouldn't do that or whatever." And she told me
when I uploaded the photos about Grandma, you mean?
Yes, that video.
So they like literally lost the plot then, did they, when they saw all that being uploaded?
Yes, Candus was at home. Don was not at home when I was first talking to Candus, but then he came home and said something about the video that Grandma told everything. And that's when he was like freaking out. She was saying no, she wouldn't do that. And she's like, I have to let you go. I have to call my PIs.
Wow.
Oh, I have an interesting story about the PIs.
Just before you go there, can we just say thank you for this super chat to Salty C?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
She says, I haven't caught a live from you in a while. I wanted to show you love and support. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's
Thank you, Salty. That's so nice.
A nice amount.
It's lovely.
Very,
yeah, I don't really get that many super chats, so it's really nice of people to support the channel. Thank you, Salty. We've got somebody backstage.
Oh, is it Prayer Garden or is it Dawn?
It's
or is it Doug?
You'll have to wait and see.
Well, hopefully they don't flash or do something crazy.
No, I won't be having any of that on the channel at all. It just won't be happening.
Thank you, Karen Campbell.
We'll be muting.
Oh, it says peace.
Thank you, Karen. That's so kind. Thank you so much. Thank you, Karen. I don't know why, but everything seems to be stuck on the screen. I can't remove, even though I'm removing comments and things from the screen, they're still there. I've got about 4. Maybe I've got slow internet. So, Prayer Garden, are you there?
Yes.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. How are you?
Fine. How about yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. So let me just say thank you for this super chat to Versi. Thank you so much. I have got you on the screen.
Cheryl Garcia.
And
Cheryl
yep,
Garcia.
Cheryl Garcia. Thank you, Cheryl. That's really kind of you. Oh, there's some lovely people in here tonight.
Yeah.
So nice. So Prayer Garden, have you been listening?
Yes. Ziggy was right. I was having trouble getting in.
Oh, okay. It's getting a bit busy here, to be honest. Let me got somebody else backstage. It's going to get a bit
Doug.
chaotic.
Hey, Doug.
Well, I can understand what you're saying, guys, but let's just listen to everybody, you know, as long as we're not rude or anything. I'm just trying to get all the comments off the screen, but it doesn't seem to be working for some reason. Hi, Doug. Are you
Doug.
okay?
Doug.
Hello.
Doug.
Hey,
Hello.
you're very quiet.
Hi, you guys.
Hey, Doug.
Good to see all you guys.
Doug, you're really quiet.
Yeah.
I can't hear
You're
Doug.
quiet.
I'm just, is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Doug. Yeah, thank you for coming up. It might get a bit chaotic. There's a few people here. I wanted to ask Jenna some questions, and Prayer Garden wanted to come on, so we thought we'd, have her on as well, just for chat.
I'm just here for ladies' night. I'm here to listen.
You're here you just want to be surrounded by all the women, Doug, didn't you?
I'm here for ladies' night. Let's do this.
Silly sausage. Right. So, Doug,
yes.
let's just go into this message. So earlier on today, this afternoon, I received a message. I don't know if I think everybody in the world's seen what happened. If you haven't watched Doug's channel and gone across there and seen when he was interviewing Don rang him and he ended up going out in his car, getting pulled over, got a DUI, and we've seen all that, haven't we? Well, it was Doug's channel that he was on at the time when this happened. Doug didn't know, what was going on, and after that, it was uploaded. Doug's shown everybody it. I hope you've been across and watched it. But today I received this. Okay. Have still got comments on the screen, guys, or have they gone?
There's one comment on the screen, Emma, but you can see the message from Don as well.
Yeah, it's not covered at all. It's fully visible.
So I can see part of it. It said, I really need to talk to Doug about a police matter. Very important. He's changed his number. Do you know how I can get hold of him? And I think it said at the bottom, privately. So what do you think that's about then, Doug? Did you contact him?
I did reach out and left a message. Basically, whatever he wants to tell me, he can tell me or ask me. I'm not here to take sides and be a jury, but if he wants to tell me something, then he can tell me, you know what I mean? And if he wants to keep it private, unless I need to turn it over to law enforcement, or if it's really relevant, then it'll stay private.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not here to try to, I don't want to ruin any kind of jury that he may have in the near future, right? So I have certain things have to be, disclosed to certain people behind the scenes and to TBI. Again, I consult law enforcement and ex-law enforcement, you know what I mean, before I make a decision. And I think that's the best way to do it.
And you reached out, didn't you, to someone for a bit of advice?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, on what to do, because obviously it's
because
he's obviously concerned.
I didn't want to do this based on emotion or for views or anything like that. Really, it's not about trying to get him on the panel or trying to make him look bad. I truly, genuinely want to hear what he has to say. and if he needs to talk to me, and then by all means.
Yeah. What, Ziggy, what do you make of this message?
I don't know. I'm wondering if he thinks Doug can help him in some way with his case. I guess it has probably something to do.
I have given him no reason, and I repeat, no reason that I would be of any service to him.
No.
Yeah,
I don't think
so
that.
you know ahead of time.
Because I don't know. I mean, I think maybe I don't know why.
Well, Kat came up with a good comment.
I did.
What did you say? Yeah.
I just wondered if, well, because when he was speaking to the police on the phone call, he said that he was arguing with his wife on the phone, but in actual fact, he was talking to Doug on a live. So I'm wondering whether he wanted to get in contact with Doug to sort of say, can you tell the police XYZ?
Spoiler alert, Dawn and I aren't married. Just so you guys know.
Right.
Right. Okay, good. I just hope you knew that.
Don and Doug.
But no, my thought was just, is he going to try and talk you into either taking down your live stream or convincing the police that you were actually not on the phone?
That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Who doesn't have it? Who doesn't already have it recorded though? That's the thing.
Well, exactly.
What would it matter?
There's a comment from AB. AB says, that's BK's account of fake Don trying to get Doug's new phone number troll move. Well, I don't know, because you know, the new Facebook. The Facebook account that Don has, the new one.
You have the same number as I have as well, Emma. So that is his actual phone number. And you tried to send it to me, and I said I have that already. So I sent you my new one to give to him. That way, if he wants to reach out that way. But I did leave him a message. Said I heard you needed me. I sent him a copy of this text message. I sent him the same picture. I said, if this is you and you need to talk to me, here you go. That's it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, it was just really interesting that you were on the phone with him and he told the police at that point, I'm just arguing with my wife.
Well, they kept saying that I did call him like 3 or 4 times, but he actually called me after he was driving. I couldn't hear him driving.
Right.
So he actually, I missed 2 calls from him while I was at the computer, and I called him back and I stepped away. So he actually re-engaged and contacted me. I didn't.
No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that the police were told that he was arguing with his wife on the phone, but in actual fact, he was talking to you on the phone. So is that why he wants to get in contact with you now? Because he couldn't have been speaking to both of you at the same time.
Right, for like a quick deed marriage. So he could actually be like, yeah, that was my wife. No, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? I'm not signing anything for Don. And I'm not.
That's been nice to other creators, guys.
And I'm not taking down any videos.
No. I don't blame you. Well, as well, like you said, everyone's already recorded it and put it out there.
Well, he's already gone. He's gone to court already. He's gone to court already. So like we all know what happened.
Exactly.
Do you think he's gonna try and ask you to? I mean, have the police reached out to you at all, Doug, in order to ask you what was?
Matter of fact, I haven't even got a response from TBI yet.
Because I thought they might ask you for the video, because at the beginning of the video, it was obvious that he was drinking that R&R whiskey, and then when he came back on, that's when he got arrested. So I'm wondering if they might reach out.
I'm wondering if they were already watching, right? Because he says he's driven those roads several times drunk, and all these people do this, and people even live there. Said last 20 years, everyone does it, you know. But
that's probably right. They probably were watching.
So for that, and then him and Candus arguing and fighting, like, is there domestic stuff going on? They're watching closely to see any kind of behaviors. And no, Chris didn't call. I didn't call. Josh didn't call. Nobody called the cops on him. Not on any of our side, at least, right?
No, none of you knew that he was on the road. That, you know, I haven't heard anyone saying that you called the cops on him. I think that would be ridiculous. I was watching. He didn't call the cops on anyone.
And I only was consoling to him. I told him, listen, it's about your boys. Get it together. You need to get your boys back too, if nothing else. And he's like, all I care about Summer. You know what I mean?
Twirl.
Yeah, till my elbow falls off and my nose goes crooked. She fell one time at a job site, and she looked at me and said, "Daddy, why didn't you save me?" Right? That's what she said. She's like, "Daddy, why didn't you save me?" Right? And I looked at her and I said, "Summer, I'm sorry. I didn't know." And she's like, "That's okay, Daddy. It's okay." And I don't know why she was at a job site without a helmet on, or even there in the first place without being watched, or without actual stairs. But like basically, I don't know. Maybe the cocaine and spackle got in the way.
Thank you very much for the super sticker, T.O. girl.
I'm sorry. Sometimes you got to mix comedy in with Dawn. Otherwise, it's just hard. It's hard to talk about otherwise.
Thank you, Sean Banner and T.O. girl.
And I hope he reaches back out to me and tells me
what
he wants to tell me.
Thank you.
And Dawn, if you're listening, reach back out to me. I'll keep it private.
Yeah.
Done. That's a deal. I'll keep it private unless it's information about where Summer is or something else that I have to turn over. Then I will. Deal.
Cool.
All right. So if Dawn's listening, there's the pack right there.
Okay. So so we've shown you that.
I was just gonna say, whatever it is, all we do know it's some benefit to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like because that's usually the only time he like reaches out or tries to down panel. It's to benefit him in some way. And so yeah. I
want Dawn to get in trouble for all that Dawn has done. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so I don't want to be like in helping creating any more problems for him from here on out. That's for damn sure. Like, we'll never get to the end of this thing or find out where Summer if we keep,
right.
So it's like we have to put aside the fact that, and trigger warning people, anything he did with the SA Jeannie, and when I married Jeannie Strong, he knows that, and all the other victims and anybody who suffered, by the way. I'm totally that's a side I go for, but he sent me a very disturbing text about that, and I also have a recording of him saying there's some big problems with things like that, and I don't want to get into that. I even told him that. I said, let's throw all that aside. You're going to get in trouble for what you're going to get in trouble for. That's not my business. You told on yourself. Let's move forward, and let's find Summer. And now it's like I don't want him to keep gaining charges. He's going to get in trouble, probation violation. All the 5 charges he had, some were knocked off. He showed he had insurance. He showed he had registration. So those charges get dropped, right? So he's got less charges than he did going back in, showing his probation violation, his next court date. So his next court date is going to be based off of the drunk driving, the financial responsibility part. The insurance is going to be dropped out of that. The registration part's going to be dropped out of that. But what's not going to be dropped out of that is driving with an open container as well.
Yeah, I think he's mopping up at the minute. I think he's going around trying to mop up as best he can, and trying to save himself.
Well, they said 11 months and like 17 days or something is what that he potentially could get, is what I heard.
Wow. What was I going to say? So there's just one thing I want to point out. Earlier, I had Cher in my chat when I was on my last live, and she tried to leave a super chat, and she messaged me to say that she couldn't because she was blocked. Now, I didn't block her, so I don't know who did.
I did.
Obviously,
I blocked
you did.
her ages ago.
Shut up, Cher. Shut up, Cher.
Sorry, Emma.
Shut up. Shut up.
Stop.
Stop.
We're not having that in here. We're not having that.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I actually talk to Cher behind the scenes. I talk to everybody.
I don't want anything bad for her. And
I know you people have made fun of her and things, but I don't want any of that. You know me, I'm friends with everybody. I don't get involved in any of the drama. And she messages me sometimes behind the scene, and she's always perfectly lovely with me. And she apparently tried to leave a super chat earlier on, and I was like,
I'm a major
bless her,
shinner.
that's so nice. So right, we'll stop shinning.
I'll take that one. I won't do that again.
Stop it.
And if I do make
sorry. I did watch something. I did watch something the other day on Cher's channel, and she was talking about how Candus had been getting things sent to her. Now, I think at the time when Cher was talking to them, she had organised for dog food and for wood and for all that kind of stuff. People could donate, and there was like a link where they could donate for all this kind of stuff that they might need. And she didn't really know what they might need, so I think without asking, she kind of asked them and said to them, right, without asking them, sorry, she went ahead and said, right, this is for dog food, this is for wood. And Candus was getting sent certain items, and apparently she was turning around and saying, oh no, I'm just going to donate this, or I'm going to sell this. What's this? You know, what's this shit? I can't keep this. You know, why are people sending me this? Kind of almost really like unappreciative, and that people were doing that. Do you know anything about that, Jenna? Were you ever on the phone when she was like receiving things?
I was.
Were you? What kind of, what? Tell us.
She received a lot of dog food. She was receiving gift cards. And people were putting money on her Cash App card, and people were sending items through the mail as well.
Wow!
Right. And how did she take that? What was her attitude towards that?
She was okay with it. She didn't seem upset about it.
Can I interrupt for a second? I asked Don the night before when him and Candus were fighting, and I said this and I meant it. I said, Don, if you're going to get any physicalness with Candus right now, if anything goes on that you're not telling us that I don't know about, and there's stuff that happens, I'll give you money for a hotel room right now, and you can just go and Uber over to a hotel room. I told him this. Just Uber to a hotel room. I'll cover the Uber and I'll cover your room. He said, you know, we don't need anything. I'm good. Thanks for the offer, but we're good. He told me that. And I literally told him that while they were fighting before he decided to get in the car and drive. And so, you know, I don't understand. Like, I offered him $50+ right? Right now, no obligation, no nothing. Go get a room, separate yourself, right? And he didn't want the money. So I don't understand why he's saying no, she's saying yes. I just wanted to give you the input. That was as recent as the night he got pulled over. So he's not asking or saying he needs anything.
Yeah, I mean, is that because people are like donating money as well to them?
Well, if he's not reaching his financial obligations with his kids. So where's all the money going, right?
$300 on glasses.
Is that how much he paid for his glasses? So $300 for his glasses. And I mean, I made a video and I got
no those sunglasses that Don took he's on the live stream when taking a dump. There's no way he paid $300 for those glasses.
He got some other Ray-Bans, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, oh my gentle Jesus, he got ripped off.
I'm sorry, but like I've heard this quite often, Don saying that he's really, you know, hard up and all of this kind of stuff. Well, I wish I was so poor that I could afford a $600 a month payment on my car.
Yeah.
Who's that poor? You know,
Absolutely
that's
ridiculous.
a lot of money.
I mean, I've got a really good job, you know, and I don't think I'd pay £600 for a car. Not a chance. Not a chance. I couldn't justify it because that £600 could be spent on so many more important things.
Exactly.
I drive
your kids.
I drive a 2004. Right, this is the newest car I've owned in 10 years.
Me too.
My
I've got
last one was a 2000. Right, in here, that's the choice I make. I'd rather live frugal and be able to give my kids everything they need, even though, and I'm divorced, so you know.
Exactly.
Don Wells is calling me now. I gotta put on pause.
He knows you're on here. That's why.
Oh my God, he's listening. I'll tell you, he's listening. I gave him the link. He knows we're going live.
Yeah, I texted him also, and I said, "Hey, Doug's on Crime Stories Obsessed." And
Emma sent Don the link earlier.
Yeah, I texted him too just now.
He didn't want to come on because
he's reading all your comments, guys.
He can't handle women. No. That's why he won't come on the panel with me and Emma, because he knows he's not going to get an easy ride of it, and he certainly isn't going to get an easy ride of it off me. I'll tell you that for nothing. Good
guys, can you
on this
just
channel.
answer me with this question? When I click on one of the comments, to me on my side, it's not coming up on the screen. What have you got on your screen right now, comments wise?
Wait, I've got to put my glasses on. I can't see.
What do you mean? The comment says Misfit Brit.
Old lady
It's on the
said
screen right now.
exactly at Pancakes Bingo.
Yep.
Anyhow, Orchid Star. Anyhow.
Yeah, because I'm clicking on it, but it's not come on my screen. I've still got Shan Banana, the super sticker $3 from like 10 minutes ago. So don't know what's going on. I hope Doug comes back and tells us what's been said. I wish he hadn't hit that mute button. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Jenna, that's why we're here, to listen to Jenna. So
No,
she
y'all
never
fine.
said anything, Jenna. I'm so sorry.
No,
she never said anything bad about any of the things that she got through.
No, she was actually happy about it.
So she didn't want Don to be talking to Cher, but she was happy to receive the donations that Cher had managed to procure for her.
Yes.
I mean, the words Cher used were ungrateful, disrespectful, and I just caught, like I said, I never get to listen to a full live, but I just went in at that point when she was telling everybody about that, and I thought, oh wow. But I mean, I was wondering if because she didn't like Cher, maybe that's the way she was acting in the background because Cher was on the phone. Maybe she, with her getting angry at Don was on the phone, so maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe
she didn't like Cher. She didn't tell me that's where the donations and stuff were coming from either.
But do you think that was more because she just didn't like Don talking to other women?
Yeah, she didn't like Don talking to no other female.
She didn't like Don talking to anyone, period. Not even Benny Keys. It didn't matter. She's afraid that Donald was going to say something. She knows how he talks. His mouth has no filter. And she did not want him talking to anyone because she kept saying, "You're going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail."
Or perhaps she felt a little bit threatened by people trying to come on to her husband.
No, she felt threatened that Donald was going to say something that would incriminate him, get told to TBI, and end up putting him in jail.
Well, it seemed to me like there was quite a lot of women trying to get close to her husband around that time.
Yeah, there was a lot of people.
And I mean, Cher was on the phone. Cher and Benny were on the phone to them daily, weren't they? So I mean, it wasn't just like the random person messaging. They were on daily. So I mean, I wouldn't be happy.
Well,
if
Benny
my man
wasn't on the phone with them at first because Benny was against them. It was just Cher, and then basically Cher.
It was me.
From what we heard, Don was texting with 17-year-old girls. Don was texting with
I remember that.
Was that true? Members.
Yes, that was true. The lady was supposedly in a different country. But yes, that was true.
Well, if Candus has got all of these women that are texting her husband, I'd be a bit upset about it as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I would. I mean, it's not because it was Cher, because I've got nothing against Cher. I just mean, in general, if a woman was talking to my boyfriend daily, I don't just mean once, but like on a daily basis, I'd be like, right, get the fuck off that phone now. Who is she?
Right.
Why are you talking to her constantly? And what is she to you? Thank you, Justice Journey. Thank you for the £2 super sticker. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Prayers for summer to be found, she said.
Amen.
Definitely. Amen. Yes, Jane. So what were we saying? Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be? Jenna, if that was your husband, you'd have a fit, wouldn't you? I would.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Donald and Candus. Donald and Candus was talking to multiple people. Both of them were talking to multiple people, reaching out for help. In a lot of different ways. And as Donald said, I was helping him in many different ways. I was also talking to Candus as well. Candus she was different. She would be real friends with you and laughing and carrying on, like when they called Mary and did that thing. Both of them, when they called, it was a open call. They were both there. They were both laughing. They were both trying to talk me into calling Mary and saying things to her. Thought it was hysterical. And many times it was like that when they wanted to go to the fair with their PIs. Candus called me. She was talking to me, real nice to me and everything. But then sometimes she would be real mean and start screaming and acting out and so forth. But, you know, Donald was basically, he was reaching out. Now, I don't know about 17-year-olds or anything like that because Donald and Candus both said that was a lie. I think it came from Don B. But so I don't know how much truth there is to that.
I mean, Orchid Star says he's my friend. Do you mean Donald, Orchid Star? Do you mean he's your friend? See what she says.
No, Candus and Donald. Candus and Donald would talk to me, and sometimes Candus was mean. When she was drinking, she would start screaming and hollering. But when they wanted to go to the fair with their PIs, Candus called me on the phone and was telling me that, you know, Donald didn't want to take her to the fair. She wanted to go. And with the PI friends and so forth, I told her, you know, I don't know why he wasn't wanting to go. He should take her and go, you know, if nothing else, go and look for Summer, because if she really was missing, and, you know, because you don't know people, like, if somebody actually took her, they might take her to that fair. Who knows? And so I told them, you know, that they should look for Summer at the fair. And that's when she was like, no, this ain't about her. This ain't about her. And then got really angry and mad at me. And I was like, whoa, okay, you know. But it shocked me that if your child's missing, why would you get angry with me when I said you could be looking for her there? I don't know. It's just really strange.
Doesn't make any sense, does it? So, Jenna, were you there when they were arguing a lot, like behind the scenes?
I was.
And I mean, were they physical with it, or was it just verbal?
I've only seen them physical one time, and that was coming from Hollywood when it was coming back, and they had stopped at their sister's house. Dawn was real sister's house. He punched her, and she punched him back. And that was the only time I've seen them physical. But mental abuse for both of them, from both of them, I've seen that all the time.
That's true.
Yeah. Doug, are you back yet?
Also, I was, they had me on a call, both of them, and they were laughing and everything at first, but then the next thing I know, Candus got mad or something, and she just slugged Donald like 2 or 3 times, and he told her to quit hitting him, and he turned his back, and I guess she clobbered him in the back. He had to hang up the phone because she was acting like that. I don't know what was going on there.
Can I ask a question?
Is somebody shuffling around? Sorry, Kat. Is somebody shuffling around? Because I can hear quite a lot of noise in the background. You know, like somebody's kind of moving, that kind of thing.
My mic is on mute.
It's prayer gardens. I've noticed. I don't know what it is, but
keep still, prayer garden.
Yeah, I always mute mine when I'm not talking.
Sorry, go on, Kat.
I was just going to ask. I'm trying to put myself in a situation where I'm on a phone call or on a text conversation or something, and I witness one person in that relationship hitting or punching or whatever somebody else, and them hitting them back. And would I sit there and watch that happening, or would I say, you know what, you guys have obviously got some stuff you need to work out, so I'm going to go. I'm going to leave you to it, to work it out. You know, I just kind of feel like that would be the most appropriate course of action. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Actually, I did let them go. I was like, okay, y'all work this out, and try to work it out at least.
Yeah. You just don't want to have anything to do with that, do you? I mean, like, you don't mind talking to somebody, but
it would just make you feel completely awkward, I should imagine, and be like, what am I witnessing here? Do I really want to sit and watch this? Am I going to call this person back 18 more times today, or am I just going to let them get on with it?
I know. But when they start drinking, they don't really care who sees it, to be honest with you.
But
and it's sad.
Did you not as yourself feel like, oh, hang on, I need to back out here?
I did. I did plenty of times. I told Candus, you know, I would text her. I was like, you know, we'll get off the phone here, and I'll text her, be like, are you okay?
It's just a difficult situation. I wouldn't want to witness that. I'd want, you know, my part.
I'm a survivor as well as I'm sure many people are survivors of domestic violence. And, you know, I have PTSD, and that I just can't do it.
It's very difficult. No. There's quite a few people in the chat asking for Ziggy to continue what she's saying about the PI earlier.
Yeah. Ziggy?
Because I think that came into the conversation.
Oh,
and then
I was just mentioning, like, I don't know how much Prayer Garden wants to mention about it, but I do know that they've been contacting her, the PIs, and that's why I was just going to say, because you were talking about the topic earlier, and they were trying to get information from her, but I guess I should probably let Prayer Garden answer that if she I don't know how much she wants to say or whatever, but I just mentioned it since it came up that Prayer Garden says they're contacting her, and they did contact her again today. So
I don't know who that is.
Who is?
That is right there.
Unsolved with Bob.
Emma is Crime Stories. Crime Stories is the host.
I'm Crime Stories, and then we've got Kat, and then Jenna, and then bottom left we've got Doug, and then in the middle at the bottom we've got Prayer Garden and Ziggy. Yeah.
Now I'm talking about the message right there.
Emma
we are here, Jenna. Wait to see if Emma drops a link for panel. Who wants to come up? Is there somebody wanting to come up?
I don't know who that is.
Who is?
No. Unsolved with Bob.
Jenna, you don't know who is.
Whoever's this messages that said we're here, Jenna. Waiting to see if Emma will drop the link. I don't know who that is.
Oh
no. We'll see. So we were asking about the safe word. Was it true that she had a safe word? Did she ever tell you about that or what that was?
A safe word?
Yeah, somebody said that she was, scared of Dom, which I don't 100% believe not fully, because I think she is, but I think she's also capable of sticking up for herself and giving him a clobber if she needs to.
Exactly.
But I just wondered, I heard somebody say that she had a safe word in case, she texts someone to say, look, banana, for instance, and then they'd call the police.
No, I've never heard of that. She never mentioned that to me. She was not scared of Don. She just was so used to having Don be her mind to speak for her. But no, she spoke her mind as well. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you think about it, he pays, well, I've heard something else about this, but it supposedly pays for everything. He's the one working. He owns the house. I mean, I don't know if it's in her name as well, but he's the one that kind of holds the foundation together.
Yes.
She looked after the kids and everything. So, I mean, the concern with that is if she was to leave, where would she live? How would she support herself? All these things. And we were talking about this earlier on because I was discussing like how I did it and that it is possible. but all those things go through your mind. Like, would I be able to do that? How would it work? Would it work? You know?
Exactly.
So that must be quite scary for somebody who doesn't work and doesn't really own their own home and things.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is. She never mentioned that she was scared. I mean, she just said I've offered to go to the police with her and let them know, where she'll be at, and we'll let CPS know where she's at so she can still contact her boys. And she didn't want to.
Unsolved with Barb has just changed what she was saying. She put it wrong. She said, Jenna, it was supposed to say we're here to listen to you, not PG, and people are asking for a link. I don't know if they're wanting a link, but let's all be nice to Preg Ann as well, because she's come up and she's giving her time, and whether we believe everything everybody says, that's a different matter, but we'll be polite and nice to everybody. Do you agree, Kat?
Oh, I'm always polite and nice to everybody, Emma. You know that. It's good cop, bad cop on this channel.
Oh, yeah. Who's a good cop?
You are. Obviously.
You're the bad cop. Right, I'm posting the link in chat, although we do have quite a lot of people here already, and I don't want it to get a bit crazy. Let's see who it is that's wanting to come up. So the arguing, what does that show you about their relationship from what you've witnessed personally?
It's not healthy for neither one of them. I mean, I can imagine what the kids seem, because I mean, if they show it in front of other people, I'm pretty sure them babies know and seen it. Yeah,
and do you think they'll talk? I mean, do you think stopping them at the minute?
Well, I think the boys are already talking, and the boys had already told Candus that they didn't want to come back home.
I don't blame
them. Well, I mean, they'll be living a life, won't they? There, I mean, the house will be, wherever they are, will be, I'm sure, tidy, clean. Yes, Kat does have a channel.
It's just the attention. You can live in the worst house possible, but it's the attention that you give a child is what they need.
Yes, and the love and the time. Yeah,
exactly.
I agree.
And if you're on your phone 24 hours a day, there's no time for your children.
It's true. That's true.
And
I mean,
go on, Emma.
No, I was just going to say, I personally, it's just my opinion, can't see that they'll get the children back. I mean, I know they're doing the house up and everything, and we've seen the photos, but I just can't see that happening because there seems to be too much going on. It's not just a case that the house was messy, is it?
No, it's not just the case.
No, they were neglected children, all of them.
I mean, they already had a CPS case before Summer went missing.
Right. And we knew that from the beginning. I mean, there was a message that arrived at the beginning about a child going up there. One of the child's best friends went up to the house and came home crying because they were shooting the dogs with the BB gun, and the mother made a CPS report on them. And that was right back at the beginning when Summer went missing.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been saying to each other just recently, why don't we go back to the beginning and like look at, some of the stuff that happened at the beginning, some of the stuff from when people came forward right at the beginning. See if I can do this. Has it come up on your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to get it up on my phone because nothing's coming on the screen for me at the minute.
Do you want me to read it, Emma?
Yeah, that would be good. Thank you.
Okay. Says, y'all, I think something bad has happened to this child. My daughter's best friend is friends with this family. My daughter came to me a couple of weeks ago upset. She sat down and told me how she'd visited this house in Beach Creek with her best friend and best friend's grandmother. She told me that when they were shooting the dogs with BB guns and smacking the kids around, my daughter got the address for me and I called DCS. Please delete if this is not allowed.
So this was posted in one of the groups, and it was somebody that came forward. Now, I'm making a guess at this, and I think it might be one of True's friends, maybe. Maybe they've all gone round there. I don't know. It might not be, but
Can I say something about this real quick?
Yeah.
So last night there was somebody, or Lynn came up, another lady who had a friendship with Candus, and she told about her experience, and she mentioned that Dawn would threaten to kill all the puppies and kittens when Candus would try to leave them.
Well,
threatened to leave them. That he was
I
going to
mean,
kill all the puppies
we
and
heard that
kittens.
the other week, didn't we? We heard that he was trying to set fire to that cat, whether that was true or not. I mean, he denied it when they asked him, I think.
Yeah,
and he laughed, didn't he? Was that on your
setting
channel, Ziggy, when he laughed?
Yeah, he was setting the lighter. I didn't say he burnt the cat. I said he was playing with the cat with a lighter. He was striking the lighter and trying to burn the cat. I didn't say he set the cat on fire.
Oh, sorry. I'm
no, it's fine. No, it wasn't you. It was what people were saying that I said they set a cat on fire.
Oh,
I didn't say that. It wasn't you. It was other people. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh,
I am actually just going to mute for 2 seconds because talking about animal abuse really does me in. I'll be back.
It's. I mean, do you believe that, Jenna? Do you believe that that's what he said about the animals? Do you think he would do that or say that? I mean, you've probably got a better idea.
To be honest with you, I do.
Yeah. What about you, Prayer Garden? Do you think that they shoot the dogs with BB guns and smack the kids around?
Yeah, I believe they shot the dogs with BB guns, and I do believe they slapped them kids around. Matter of fact, True said that she was there, and something happened. One of the boys ran to get Candus. Candus had been laying down and like napping or something, and he ran to get Candus for help, his mommy. And I heard she turned over and just wailed the hell out of him, just beat the hell out of him. It must have been really terrible because, if you heard the way True was talking about it.
I don't know. It's just it's like another world, isn't it, compared to what we are used to? But I mean, narcissistic people.
Candus hit Donald so hard. Echo Search was up there. One of them witnessed Candus hit Donald so hard it busted his eardrum. If she would have hit Summer that hard, it could have killed her.
Yeah.
Candus does not know her strength. She does not know, she has a very fierce temper, and she does strike out. I don't know.
I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does, and I'm sure John does too.
I believe that, yeah, they're both as bad as each other, I think.
Mentally and physically on them children. And it don't take much to kill a 5-year-old child.
Yeah, I mean,
well, they didn't take the children away for no reason, did they?
No.
I'm scared if they put the boys back, will we all be doing this again? I mean, if they put the boys back, is it possible that, she hasn't got no help? They don't even want to really go to the I guess they had a court order psychological evaluation they were supposed to do. And Donald called me wanting to know how to pass it. And I said he was really worried about Candus passing it because he's afraid that her taking it, they may not ever give the boys back. That's what he said to me.
They shouldn't ever get their boys back. Those boys should be nowhere near those two people. They should never, ever be allowed to have children ever again. They haven't been able to keep the children that they've already had in their lives. Candus has 6 children, and none of them live with her.
If Candus had a charge on her first son that was supposedly hurt really bad, and Candus said that yes, the little boy was hurt very bad, but she told me that they tried to blame her, and it really happened in the foster home they had put him in. it wasn't her, but they blamed her. Now, if she had a case once before of doing something that horrible to a child, why did they not remove the children as soon as she was having them? Because usually that's what they do.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is now that Don is a self-confessed SO. So if they put those boys back with Don, then they're doing exactly the same thing. They're allowing Don to have children when he is a self-confessed offender that they did with Candus. They allowed her to have children, even though she apparently had a charge for beating a child so severely that they ended up in an institution. So, you know, neither of them are going to get those kids back. I think if they do, there'll be a public outcry.
I don't think they will get the kids back.
Sonny McGiggles for becoming a member. Thank you very much.
Yay.
And also Carolina in the chat. She says, I'm a social worker for another state and they won't put the kids back. Just at a minimum due to Don getting drunk recently. Gosh, Carolina, we'd love to have you up. And if you want to come up, I'll drop the link for you because you probably got a little bit more insight into what they would be looking at there. Now, I've got somebody called Orchid Star waiting backstage. I did see some of her comments before saying it was all hearsay and things, so I don't know. I don't know.
Is Doug still on panel?
Doug?
He's
still there. So whether he's still on the phone,
because the screen's all
he's still on the phone to.
Okay, because somebody just said he went live.
I'll message him and say.
I checked his channel. He's not
what's
live,
going
so
on?
I don't know why somebody thought that. Unless he has a backup.
Well, if he was, he would. Yeah. Orchid Star saying your device is not connected. I've messaged Doug and I've just said like what's going on. See if he notices it. So apparently the lab's here listening. Hi, the lab. Hi, Josh. If
Josh
you
is
are
here.
there.
Hey, Josh.
Josh is here.
Did you
think
get
so?
Email? Did you get my
Josh? Read your emails. So this is something else as well from the beginning. It said, I do know Summer had a best friend that was supposed to stay a few days and got sent home early. Now, I don't know if they mean Hunter or whether this was the day before. I think they said she was sent home the day before she went missing. Summer went missing. I wonder if it was a neighbor, so Jody Sue's kid or somebody else's child, I don't know, or someone close, maybe Robin's daughter, I don't know. They also knew that Summer shared a bedroom with her parents in the basement. So this is before we knew anything about where Summer slept. So this person has come forward to say basically that Summer had a best friend and she was supposed to stay. Now, I heard that they were supposed to be tidying up the house because the new CPS was coming and they were tidying up the house and some family had offered to come and help them tidy the house up just like literally before. And that's why apparently they'd left the boys at home that day, whether they had or not, I don't know. And so it's saying here that apparently Summer had a best friend around and she went home early. So did something happen? That would be interesting. I mean, what do you make of that, guys? Ziggy? Ziggy, are you still there? Concentrate, Ziggy. Come on now, concentrate.
So I was actually just, I am so sorry. You're going to hate me. I missed that because I was just texting with Sweetie Pie Low. Donna is going to be putting out another reading. Anybody who's into Donna Serafina.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that. She is putting out another reading. So that's really exciting news. I just got that text. So I did not hear what you were saying. I am so sorry.
Ziggy, come on now, concentrate.
I know, I'm sorry. Ask somebody else and then maybe I'll
Jenna, what do you think to this comment at the beginning before we knew anything about where Summer slept? So this is somebody that apparently went around to the house or
I mean, I think it's true because I know Candus sent me a photo of a little girl with Summer. She had brown hair and it was long.
Yes, I've got that.
And she said that was her best friend. So I mean, I do not think this is a false story right here. And they was at Candus's house when they took the picture.
Yeah. So, Ziggy, if you missed it, apparently, as we know, CPS was supposed to be coming round just like literally the day after Summer had gone missing. And so it was said that they had some people around to help them clean up the house ready for when the CPS visit was going to happen. And Summer had a friend round. So whether it was Summer's best friend's parents that were there, supposedly helping them tidy up the house. And this best friend of Summer, they went home early.
Oh.
Do you remember that? And I think she sent home early.
I just had
the day
an email.
Before.
Yeah, was it something about was this little girl out doing is there a video of them on a slip and slide and stuff?
Like, I didn't see that. I saw a picture of Summer stood with her friend. You know the picture where she's hunched over in the garden and she looks like she's been punched in the stomach? That one.
That's Allie's daughter. Isn't that Allie's daughter?
I'm not sure, but I was told that was the girl that went home early, and that was the day before she went missing, and she was hunched over the day before she went missing. Hazel, good run. Thank you for the £10 super chat. That is amazing. She said, hi, Emma. Oh, it's gone. Hi, Emma. Firstly, with very many thanks for your day job you do. Secondly, for the effort you put in to help solve the issue of Summer Wells' prayers. She is safe. Thank you so much, Hazel. That's really kind.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know that some of the pictures at the swimming hole, the little girl that had the dark hair, long hair, that is Allie's. That's Allie's daughter. She's about the same age as Summer.
Somebody just said in the chat that it is the same girl that you're talking about that was on the slip and slide. Yeah, somebody emailed me about that the other day, and I had totally forgot about that situation. She was there with her dad, I guess, was some type of little kid's birthday party. I guess it must have been being held at the Wells house or something. I don't know. Somebody said something about a birthday party, and this little girl was over there with her dad, and they left early. But yeah, I wonder why they left early, because she was supposed to stay, I think, or something like that.
Don't you think it was weird that she was hunched over at that point? You know, on that picture, she just looked like she'd been smacked in the stomach. I mean, does everybody agree with that? Yeah. Is it just my imagination? I don't know.
I think someone said that one of her brothers had hit her in the stomach. I'm not sure, but I can't remember who said it. But I'm pretty sure someone said it was her brother had hit her in the stomach. I think maybe Candus said it.
So Alyssa is saying, Emma, we don't know any of that. This is just a rumor. Well, you know, we could all just be really, really quiet, not make any videos, not make any recordings, and just don't say anything, not draw attention to the fact that she's missing, and just, you know, none of us do any lives or chat about the possibilities of what could have happened. But then we're not drawing attention to Summer Wells, we're not keeping a name in the media, and we're never going to get to the bottom of it. So I think we're not reporters, we're not media, and we're certainly not FBI, TBI, but we're doing what we can to get some answers, and by talking to everybody involved, everybody that knows them, you know, that's what we're trying to do, to get some answers and come up with some theories. Does everybody agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. I'm trying to find that video to send to you, Emma, of them on the slip and slide, and I don't know if you want to play it here since it has kids on it and stuff, but you know, just like to see personally for yourself, I'll send it to you. I'll forward it to you as soon as I can find it through all this.
I don't think it could have been Allie's daughter, because Allie's daughter, from what Donald told me, Allie put her daughter into an insane asylum in New York or another state. She took her and put her in a mental home, so she didn't have to take care of her. So I don't know. I mean, I
But,
know at the
but why wouldn't you
waterfall
put them in a children's home? Why wouldn't you put them in a children's home rather than a mental asylum? Like,
Wasn't one
I
of
don't know, but
Allie's
that's what Donald
daughters,
told me.
the young daughter was living with actually Sherry, I think, right? And she has child abuse charges, current child abuse charges. So I don't know.
Sherry?
Sherry Mullaney, Allie's mom.
I wish she'd talk.
Huh?
I wish she'd talk. I wish she would come up and say something. I've tried reaching out to her. I don't know if you have. She just doesn't even look at the messages.
Thank you to Amy Giroff
for
the $5 super chat. She says, I would like to hear each person on the panel's thoughts on what they think happened to Summer. Amy Giroff super chat.
Where is it?
Just let me know when you wants to go first.
Is it far back? Have I missed it?
I stopped my screen on it.
Oh, there.
And then also Mystic Rogue became a member of the channel. Thank you.
Oh, where? It's not coming up my end. I think I'm a bit slow tonight. I don't know what's wrong with my internet.
I'm on it, Emma.
Who's talking? Somebody's asking. Let me just take this off. Thank you, Kat. Thank you for the super stickers. Thank you for becoming a member, guys. Yeah, I'm just getting that off the screen. Has it gone?
No. No. Yes. I've got lag on my iPad, so I still see it on my iPad, but not on my phone.
Oh, this is terrible, this end. Hide. Go.
Are we going to answer? Can we go ahead and answer a question or not?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and start just real quick. I went back and forth on my theory. At first, I thought it was an accident that was covered up. It just sounded so possible. But I'm really kind of in line a little. I think that there was it has something to do with trafficking in some way. I don't know.
You think?
Yeah. I just feel like.
Do you think it was more of a trafficking situation?
Yeah, like either, I don't know. Like, I think I feel like that she was sold. That's just, or in some way, either that, or she was somebody didn't return her, or, kind of a little bit in line with Donna's reading. I hope not the part of her, the one part, I don't even like to repeat it. It's so horrible. I hope she's alive. But I could also see like an accident, but I don't know. What's everybody else's thoughts?
I just quickly read this. Holly B, you ladies are great. Thank you for all you do. I try to follow your steps and be a little mini sleuth. I want to help people any way I can. Sending love. Oh, Holly, thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. And if you ever come across any information, you can reach out to Ziggy or myself or Doug, reach out to us if you, find anything interesting. So Jenna, what do you think happened to Summer? What are your kind of main theory?
I don't know exactly what happened, but I don't think Candus and Summer got out of that truck that day. I think she was sick.
No.
And I think that she went to meet with Don, and Don done something with her. I don't know what he did with her. Because I mean, I don't know what he done with her, but I know they all know what he done with her.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think so too. Sounds like Doug's on his way back. Kat, what do you think then?
Well, my theory is still the same as it's been for a while now, that I don't believe Summer made it home alive that day. And if she did, something happened at the home. It certainly wasn't planting flowers and going in the basement and getting randomly kidnapped. That's not on my radar at all.
Well, I've asked them all.
She was taken to Don, and Don disposed of her. That's what I feel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've asked them all, and the answer you get from all of them, it's almost like it's scripted.
Right.
And then what you heard on the news as well, it's like scripted, you know, and then she did this, and then she planted flowers, and then she had a piece of candy, and you just think, shut up. No, you didn't.
But ask them a question of what happened before or what happened after, and they can't tell you, but they know perfectly well what she did during those.
That little story.
They have that very well scripted.
Yeah,
and they're going to stick to it.
Vet Girl, $4.99 super sticker. Jenna, what did they say about the local neighbours, especially JS? Thank you, Vet Girl.
The only thing Candus told me about her was that they were neighbors, that Don took her to the store every now and then, but that's it. No kind of friendship was involved there. She didn't ever mention her as a friend. She never really did bring her up much. She mentioned about a scream like 2 months after we started talking, and then that was it. She really never spoke about her.
So she never mentioned Summer unless you literally mentioned her yourself.
Exactly. She never mentioned Summer nor the boys. And
how was her demeanor? Was she laughing and joking with you, or was she sad and depressed?
Well, she was always laughing and joking with me. I mean, I have pictures, you know, of me just. I mean, she was always happy. I did.
Did you find that odd that you're talking to this woman on FaceTime that's just lost her 5-year-old daughter, and it's not that long ago? You know, the people won't let you forget about it, and and they're laughing and joking and not talking about the child. I mean, is that because she knows it's going to upset her? Is it because she knows that she's not coming back? I don't know. It just seems weird to me that she could be jovial.
Well, Dawn told Candus that she's not coming back.
That's a red flag.
But the only time I see Candus crying.
You get that crocheting done, Kimmy. She's doing some crocheting while she's listening to us. So yeah, that's just a bit weird, isn't it? You know, how do you know? I mean, I've covered, I said this in a video recently, I've covered not covered but researched a lot of cases, and a lot of them will still say to this day, even after 20 years of their child being missing, I just hope one day I'll find them on Facebook, or they'll walk back through the door, or, you know, I'll see them again. Never do you ever hear anyone saying they're not coming back.
Exactly. Not right from the jump. I mean, any parent would have hope that their child is still alive.
God, yeah. I just wouldn't be able to come to terms with that fact. They're your baby. You're not talking about next door's cat, are you?
Exactly.
She's always well, they both are saying that they don't drink and take drugs, and I can see why they're saying that. They've just had the kids taken away and they want them back, so they're not going to be like, oh yes, everybody, we're on meth, you know, we drink every night, you know. They're not going to be telling us all that information because they want the kids back. So, but I mean, did you see her drinking or doing anything like that?
Every day. What,
during the day or on a nighttime?
She started drinking about, I say about 6 or 7. And
like
she
every
would drink
night?
Every night. It was R&R. And she would chase it with Mountain Dew.
Whiskey. Gosh, that's strong. I mean, like a man's drink, isn't it? I shouldn't say that, should I? I'm being sexist now. I just normally only see men drinking stuff like that.
That's what Don was drinking on that live the other night, wasn't it? R&R.
Yeah, R&R. That's what they drink.
Oh,
wow. I mean, I'd be dead after one glass. I think I'd just be like, ugh. Mind you, I've been seeing her on that B Case video where she's like laid back in the chair. I mean, that looked more than alcohol to me, but I mean, I'm just guessing because I wasn't there. But I mean, do you think she's on things as well, like maybe pain pills or something?
I don't think pain pills, but I know she smokes weed, and I know that she smoked some cocaine. It was smoke. She smoked something with Don when he came back. Yeah, it was either crack or meth, but I think it was cocaine.
Oh, where's Prayer Garden gone? Prayer Garden, we've lost you. Yeah, because I think you're not. Well, they're not going to say, are they? They're not going to say that when the kids have just been taken. Yeah, Southern Mama. I think so. I mean, I know I keep talking about work, but as you know, like I'm a paramedic. I've been doing it for 21 years, and I can generally tell the difference between alcohol and drugs. I mean, we get them all the time. You know, 999 over here, it's 999, not 911. For a call, somebody's collapsed on the floor in the middle of nowhere, and you get there and they're out of it, and I can tell straight away. Take one look at them, I know whether it's alcohol or drugs. You know, and you've got to be able to do that so you know how to treat them. But it doesn't look just like it's just alcohol to me. I can see that. What it is, I don't know without actually getting close to them and looking at the pupils and everything, but it does look more than more.
Okay, I emailed you. I finally found what I was looking for. Sent you
you emailed me.
I sent you a TikTok link of the little girl. It was just a few days before Summer went missing. The little girl that was hanging out at the house. They're on a slip and slide, doing a slip and slide. Summer, this little girl, and a couple of the brothers. And I also sent you some information about what the person said about it. So when you know, it's not anything urgent. I was just send it to you to check out.
Okay. I'll have a look. So I'm just looking now. Keep getting emails from this lady. Let's have a look, Jenna. Does anybody know why they all have like so many Facebook accounts? Not that really is such a massive issue, but
because they're dodgy.
I mean, I had one.
It's like drug dealers. They have 2 phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have 2 phones apiece. Well, I know Candus has 2 phones.
Yeah.
I don't know about Dawn. I don't really talk to Dawn.
Yeah, 2 phones. 2 phones, but they had to go and get new phones after Summer went missing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I wish I had 2 phones.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had several accounts like they do. You know, I never had sock accounts and stuff like that. I've had the same Facebook that I've had for since the inception of Facebook. You know,
not only do they have sock accounts, but they encourage all of their followers and minions to get sock accounts as well, and then they end up in chat rooms, spamming chat rooms with their sock accounts.
So you've sent me a message, Ziggy, as well. Is that to read later?
Oh, the screenshot of the email I received. Part of the email I received. It was just like, I think the story behind that little girl. I didn't reread it again, but I just. I'm sure you can. If you want to. Did you see the video?
Oh, the slip and slide. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and the little girl on there, that's that's Ali's little girl. I'm sure.
Is it Ali's little girl?
I'm sure it is.
Oh, okay. Well, in the screenshots that I sent you, the person was saying that it was some guy, I don't know. So it was a dad and daughter that I don't know.
Yeah. Your mods are rude. Oh, I'm sure they're not. Most of my mods are really nice, to be honest. But what's happening in the chat, I don't know. There's no arguing. There's no need for no arguing. Everybody just be nice to each other. The world's such a happier place when everybody's nice to each other. And crimes aren't committed when everybody's nice to each other. Right. So what else have I got here? Did she? Oh, yeah. This is a juicy one. Jenna's like, oh my God, what's she going to ask me next? Oh my God. So guys, there's 24 likes and there's 2,000 people watching. So hit the like button and show your
there's 558 likes.
for the channel. Oh, somebody's saying in the comment 24 likes.
Oh,
500 likes. Wow.
She's probably more than that now that
amazing.
let me see.
So Jenna, I
Yes.
got to let you have a breather there. So did she ever mention Hunter?
She did.
Listen to that silence. That pause. There was a pause. She did.
She did.
And do you know if he was there that day when Summer went missing back at the house? Because I think he wanted to go back, or he was going to go back, or something was said about him going back to the house.
What was told to me is that he did go back with her at the house. I don't know how he got home because that wasn't mentioned to me.
Okay. So who was it? Somebody close to the family or that told you that, or was it somebody?
No, it was Candus.
So Candus told you that Hunter went back to the house that day?
Hunter was with her at the house that day.
Oh my God. So that's massive, isn't it? Right there. Because that completely blows out of the water their statements to, I'm guessing, to the TBI.
I actually asked my question if Hunter came back that day.
Just hey, Doug.
I'm sorry.
Let's just say thank you to Marie Deathley, $4.99.
Oh, we love our Mary Beth Eels.
Swear Garden. My nickname for her is Checking on Dondus.
Running with donations.
Oh,
like an Indian name, running with donations. So
go on, Doug. Sorry.
To answer your question, if you're saying that Hunter was there that day, because Candus told you that. Remember when we were talking about that, Emma? That she said Hunter was there that day. Candus just told me he didn't. We dropped Hunter off at his house, but we don't know if him and his hoodlum friends came back. That's as much as I could tell you, but that's all that was told. So, all I can tell you is that Hunter wasn't brought back by Candus, is what Candus said. So
she's saying he wasn't brought back, but to somebody else. But then he's telling, he's telling other people.
That was just one of the questions I wanted to get off the chest because a lot of people have been asking about that as well. And also, Don says there's nothing else that's going to come up in his system in his blood test besides alcohol.
What did he say on the phone?
Well, we talked for 30 minutes. There's so much I can tell you, and a lot of it's irrelevant. I'm just telling.
Just tell us the stuff you can tell us. Then
I am. That's basically it. I really don't have much more. He gave me permission to use his videos on YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff without striking me. So that was another conversation I had because I wanted to go over some of the footage that I recently saw he posted. I haven't seen it yet, but it's like drone footage and whatnot. And we'll kind of break down the situation. He also told me that it wouldn't take more than 25 seconds to get from their back door down the dog run to the street.
25 seconds.
Just go then. It's going to.
He's determined that she went down that dog trail.
I think
that's all the relevant stuff. So
he's protesting too much now. The more times you say it, it doesn't make it true.
Well, I mean, all I can tell you is what I was told, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of it didn't even pertain to this. I was asking him about why Ronnie Lawson was in the courtroom and all this stuff, that people are saying, like, is Ronnie was just supposed to be there. He was just one of the people that wanted to look Don in the eyes, really. You know what I'm saying? Don even admitted that. He said he just wanted to look at me in the eyes and let me know that, better get your shit together, right? And that was basically what he said. And then, yes, they had the registration, all that stuff fixed. So there's lesser charges. And no, he didn't ask me to take down any videos.
No. So what did he want? What did he actually say? Can you tell us what he wanted, or is it like private?
He just wanted to reach back out to me and
made it sound urgent,
Well, it really didn't have anything to do with the police or me giving him a character reference or anything. Like it had nothing to do with that. It really had nothing to do with any of that stuff. He said, I was going to ask you something, and I already got the answer to it. That's basically how the conversation started off. And I just asked them about how him and Candus are doing, and about grandma and things like that. And really, there's nothing that I could actually, I mean, I pretty much told you everything that's relevant, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
There's nothing I really could ask differently to him. And he did know, again, that none of us set that up and everything like that. And he did say that somebody did call law enforcement on him while he was drinking on the stream, and it wasn't anybody on our side. So somebody did give them a heads up to watch Don, and they were just waiting for his truck to drive out. So
I see. So yeah, but why would you ring because somebody was drinking? Because people are allowed to drink in their own homes, aren't they? I'm not sticking up for Don. I'm just saying.
No, but if you notice, and I told Don this too, even when he took one shot of it, if you look at that bottle, you don't see the alcohol level low enough to see that they've been drinking that one bottle, that long. I don't know what they drank before. I can't say yes or no, but like, I didn't look like that bottle was too dug into. It looked like it was a brand new bottle at that point. And he didn't leave. He didn't leave with that bottle. Again, this is another thing I just remembered because I asked him about the pullover and stuff. That was like 20, 30, almost 20 minutes of the 30-minute phone call. And Candus can't talk right now because she's having all of the teeth removed on December 10th. She's got a mouth infection. She's in a lot of pain. She can only eat Jello and soup right now.
She's having all those new teeth removed?
Yes.
Yeah.
What a...
Dr. Phil gave her?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that. So.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing if they put veneers on, what they'll have done is they'll have shaved off. What they do is they shave off the tooth to make room for the veneer that fits over the top.
She's having everything from the root removed because I guess it's a problem with her gums. She's got like a gum disease infection that's been on for years, and it's like, and gum disease, this, Emma, can kill you.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about what they did to her when she was in Hollywood, and if that's started off
like
this problem.
The infection or something. Yeah, maybe it did.
Well, it's just aggravated it, maybe,
Right.
Thank you, Arkansas, for the super sticker.
Arkansas in the house. We love our Arkansas. I have to say, I asked about Dr. Phil and all that. It's just there was nothing really, anything besides coming out of it that Candus needs to get her teeth removed. All the stuff that that they did, and that's all I can tell you on that. I wish I had more information from 30 minutes. There was just a lot of it was just regurgitated information, stuff we've talked about already. I let him know I offered him money, for a hotel room that night. He said, I remember. And yeah, they are struggling. That's the fact. Okay. They are struggling. Yeah. They don't have money. And that's the truth. And I told them, I said, listen, if people want to donate to the dogs and people want to donate to you guys and people see who you guys really are, then people are going to do that. And I'm not anyone to be able to create that or help that. And I won't have any kind of PayPals or set up any pools for you guys. But what I will do, if you let me use your stuff, your YouTube and your Facebook stuff, I will show that and I will promote it for you in the manner of what's going on and how we find summer. And that's it. It's not based on anything previous that's going on in his life or with that people have judged him on already or anything like that, right? So we're kind of just going to not push it away or push it aside. We're just going to move away from the Jeannie and Mary stuff because, again, it's out of our control. The cops and the DA already have all the information, right? So they're going to
let them deal with that,
right? Right now, we got to make it about summer, and I don't want to get in any kind of donation trouble or pools or anything like that because that's not what I do. But I can push you guys towards the website, and I'll direct you guys and show you and read what they said, and then show you some other video that they're going to send me. They've got some other videos planned coming up, they said, and they'll let us use it. So, which is valuable and it's good for us. So, all I can do is keep a good, clear communication line between us. And if there's anything relevant, I already told Don, and he said anything that I'm telling you right now, TBI already knows, right? And so everything he told me, TBI already has. So like I said, there's nothing that I could give you extra besides, the teeth, in whatever I've given you up to this point.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for that, Doug.
Well, thank you for having me too. I gotta run. So I want to say thank you guys, and thank you guys for all your work in this community. I love your guys, all your channels, even the new channels. Kat, very good job, Kat. And
thank you,
everyone, and of course you, Emma. And I'm sorry, who's the lady up at the top right?
Jenna.
And that's Jenna.
Jenna.
You know, Candus.
If you talk to Don, I'm praying for them. I really am.
So thank you guys.
I feel bad for Candus.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up and giving us your time. And oh, he's gone. So what else have I got on here? So we were talking about the relationship with Hunter, and we just talked about him coming that day to the house, and it's been revealed that, if anybody that's just tuning in, that he did apparently come to the house that day, even though everybody's saying that he didn't. Don said that he didn't. Candus has said that he didn't. I'm sure that's what they've put in their statements with the sheriff's office, with the TBI, that he wasn't there that day. However, Candus did tell her friend Jenna that Hunter was there at the house that day. I'm guessing after they went to, so maybe whether, they've got back, Hunter was there, something's happened, and he's kind of gone off on his own, walked home or whatever. I don't know. Maybe
she just said that he was there.
You see, that it's always bothered me as to why they've kept his phone. And I did hear somebody say that he was sending Candus like rude photos or something. Did you hear that?
Yeah, he was doing that.
What?
But you wouldn't do that. Like, a man wouldn't just generally send me a load of nude photos unless there was something going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kat, if you started getting nude pictures of some man, you'd think that was a bit odd, wouldn't you? Unless you were already talking to them in that kind of way.
I'm sorry, I was watching chat. Who's getting nude pictures?
It was Ziggy, and now it's you. Come on now, guys.
I was
concentrate.
Just, watching chat. Someone's getting nude pictures.
We were saying... Oh God. We were saying that Hunter had apparently gone back that day, and Jenna had said that Candus had said to her that Hunter had been back that day, and then we moved on, and we were saying I couldn't understand why the police had kept Hunter's phone, and then we heard that Candus was receiving dirty photos from Hunter, and we were saying, I was asking you a question and saying, if you were receiving dirty photos from a guy, you would expect that you would already be having some communication with that person, wouldn't you? Like, you wouldn't just...
I'm about to lose my shit here. If I was receiving, as a fully grown woman, nude pictures from a minor child, I certainly wouldn't be putting the blame on the minor child. She had to be soliciting those images. She's an adult. He's a child.
She should have gone to the police, or at least his mother. You know.
Someone just said in chat, what if she was sending photos back? We don't know that, do we?
Well, I can't see it just being a one-way thing. I mean, I'm
absolutely. That's child abuse. That is akin. That is akin to what Don admitted that he did to Jeannie. Candus soliciting photos from a minor child is child abuse, plain and simple.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
In my opinion, allegedly. Ziggy, what do you think about that?
Well, I've never heard of this, but I've always I was, like I've mentioned, it was September, almost 2 months ago, when I was, mentioned that I was told by a source or whatever that there was an inappropriate relationship going on between Candus and H. I had already had that feeling because I just thought it was so weird that why would she went out of her way to hang out with this kid that day, it seemed like to me. And I mean, the boys weren't with them. I don't know. This whole, yeah, I agree. If she was receiving some kind of photos like that, I mean, I don't know. I've never had something like from a minor. Yeah, like grown men like send unsolicited photos like that all the time, like on Facebook and stuff like that. And it's really gross. But yeah, I agree. She had to have been asking for him. There was something inappropriate going on.
Well, it won't have been the first time, will it? I mean, I'm sure all this wasn't happening just the day Summer went missing.
Right.
I'm sure it happened before then. And
I just feel so sorry for Hunter because he's a child. He's 15.
Yep.
He's 15 years old. She's
Yeah.
a 30-something-year-old woman.
Is he 15?
Well, he was 15 when Summer went missing.
I thought he was 14.
14. Even worse.
Yeah.
You know, you can't excuse a fully grown woman accepting nude photos from a 14-year-old boy. Come on. Has any of you got kids that are 14-year-old boys?
No,
if they were sending photos like that to a fully grown woman, or a fully grown woman was asking them for photos like that, it's just beyond my comprehension. Beyond my comprehension. And I feel sorry for Hunter because at one point he was asked about the relationship with Candus or whatever it was. And he said, "Ooh, no, I wouldn't do that."
Right.
But you know, children that are abused quite often don't tell anybody until they're an adult. And maybe he's ashamed. Maybe he's feeling the shame that a lot of child abuse victims feel. So I kind of just want to reframe this situation in terms of Hunter, if this is true, has been abused and groomed by Candus. And this was not a relationship as such. It was abuse. That's just what I wanted to say. I'm sorry, it gets me quite emotional.
And when we've seen those videos where they're laid on the bed and they're like, peace signs, you know, and all that, and the music going and everything. I mean, I'd love to know what Donald thinks of all this. I mean, whether he knows about it and he's kind of like, no, it never happened, or, you know, I don't know. Does he just believe everything she says, or is he blind?
Think about it the other way around. Candus knows what he did to Jeannie now, and she still stands by him.
True.
So, you know, their moral compass is shot to pieces on both sides.
Did you hear what Cher's came out and said about that?
No.
About how she said over on Talk with Terry's channel that Candus wasn't even supposed to be talking to H because I mean, according to Dawn was telling her you're not allowed to talk to him because he thought something weird was going on. That's what Cher's saying. So that's why the whole day when they're in their vehicle would explain why she was telling Hunter to be quiet, you know, that Dawn was on the phone.
Yes, because she didn't want him to know that he was in the car.
She was with them.
Yeah, that's crossed my mind before, and I wondered if that was the case, but I'd completely forgotten about that. Yeah, and if he had have come back to the house and she had admitted to the TBI, oh yeah, Hunter came back to the house, straight away she's giving herself up in front of Don, isn't she?
Yep. She had.
And if he said, "You're not having anything to do," and the other thing is, if the TBI, apparently Hunter said, "Oh, I'm not allowed to have anything to do with Candus. I'm not allowed to see her." Why not? You know, Jodie Sue's come forward with a statement. She's allowed to see them. Other people that they know that were around that day or at the time, they're allowed to see each other. So why Hunter? Is that because of the messages or because they think that there was an inappropriate relationship going on? I think they know that there was something going on between them two because they'll have seen the messages.
Yeah. And it sounds like, I mean, I don't know. All I can think of is law enforcement must need them out of jail right now to find Summer, because it sounds like they have proof of this inappropriate relationship. They could arrest her for that right now. Dawn got out of jail somehow, just goes to jail last weekend, was immediately given a bond and bonded out, and then the next day arrested for a violation. And that just does not happen. You at least do a few days on a violation. That is just, I can't even tell. I mean, that's not normal how that worked. And all I just keep thinking is maybe they need them out of jail for some reason. Maybe they're following him. Maybe,
they're watching all of our channels with him coming up.
Oh, they are
and
watching.
seeing, yeah.
They are,
and they're watching and waiting
watching
for him to say something or slip up in some way. Maybe. So what else have I got written down here? So so we've covered that. We've said we feel that Hunter was apparently there, that we do think there was some kind of relationship going on, but we're not quite sure what. And why do you think Grandma's been so quiet? Do you have any idea? Anybody?
I don't know, Jenna, do you have something to say on that one? Like, why you think that Grandma would be so quiet? Unless it's to try to protect her daughter. I don't know.
Has to know.
Huh?
I said, I don't know, to be honest with you, but I think she knows. She has to know.
Vet Girl, thank you very much for the $4.99 super sticker. She said, so if H went to the house, then all statements from as house are gone. So how do you read that?
House.
Ali's house are gone. So when was the last time someone saw her?
The timeline has never made sense. None of it.
No, none of their timeline has made sense.
And then with that friend going home the day before, it's like something happened the day before. Yeah. I just love to be able to read these statements that these guys have given.
Right. I want the 911 calls, the original. Their actual calls.
Yeah, and there's got to be a reason. They've not given them out, and there's got to be a reason behind that. And I don't just think it's because it's an open investigation, because they've done that before. They do release those things, and I think it's because there's something that was said within those calls, whether it be a change in story or whatever, but they just don't want to release.
Yeah, like this walk that she supposedly went on. Oh, she went for what?
A walk, yeah. Down the dog trail.
Right. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, but it took her 27 seconds.
Considering none of them have got any grasp of time, ever since the beginning, ever since they've been asked, what time did this happen? What time did that happen? They don't have a clue. Oh, I don't know. I'm not very good with time. Well, Don sure is good at timing himself running down that hill, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And first of all, it took him 40 minutes to get home from work that day. Then it took him 30 minutes. Then it took him 25 minutes. I mean, seriously, these people have no concept of time.
He wasn't at work when Summer went missing.
That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
No. What was it I was going to say? Somebody here has left a message. Oh, it's disappeared off my screen.
Oh, the Candus is very immature.
Yes,
that's
it.
About? Yes.
Yeah. She is.
She is like a 14-year-old boy herself. So that makes sense why she relates to these teenagers. I mean, go look at her Instagram, her old Instagram. She has teenagers on there drinking alcohol, throwing, flipping off the camera and stuff. Like, and she tries to fit in with these kids. Yeah. It's just not normal.
No. Sorry, what were we saying before this? We were talking about, there was a comment I wanted to reply to that one of you had said.
About Candus being like a 14-year-old boy.
Just before that. I can hear your cat purring, Cat.
He's so noisy. He's just literally come and sat right on the microphone of my phone. I'm so sorry. I don't want to mute.
It's not that bad. Not at least on my end, anyways.
He's just too cute, really. He's got those big eyes looking at me, going purr, 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 and I'm like, you know that I'm doing something here.
They always want your full undivided attention.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to read the comments to see if anybody in the comments mentions what you're trying to remember. I mean, we were talking about Grandis, why she hasn't been speaking.
Yeah, why does Grandis not speak? I mean, I just don't know.
Unless she learned not to, from her first, her child missing. That I doubt that she got this kind of backlash, because back then there wasn't, there was social media, but probably not like it is today, right? Because she went missing in early 2000s. 2006, but
well, look what happened when she was texting with you, Emma. She was away from Don and Candus. She was wherever she was, Wisconsin or wherever, and she was texting with you until the point that Don and Candus found out that she was texting with you, until the point where you put it out on your live, and then all of a sudden she went silent. And what that says to me is that there was, who was it? Was it Jenna that was saying, Jenna, was it you that was saying earlier that you were there, or you heard the conversation happen when Emma's messages came out? So
yes, I was there.
What was the reaction? Was she frightened? Is that why she stopped texting? What was the...
Grandma wasn't there. Grandma was gone when that happened.
But they asked her, didn't they? Or they said it wasn't her.
Yeah, well, Don came in. He was panicking. He was freaking out, cussing, saying, your mama has done told everything.
Right.
And Candace is like, no, she wouldn't do that.
Right.
And I was like, is everything okay? And Don was still cussing. She's like, I got to let you go. I got to call my PIs.
Right. But then Grandma Candus stopped messaging with Emma at that point. It was literally that
was Grandma.
Yeah, it was that same day that I aired it.
Yeah. So the reason, I'm trying to get to the reason why she stopped messaging you at that point. Was it because she was threatened by Don? Was it because she was scared of their reaction? Was it because she sent a few more messages and then unsent them almost straight away?
Well, I'd put out that I was going to be, I'd put a thumbnail up saying that I was going to be interviewing a family member, but I didn't say who it was. I just put family member speaks. And I put a picture of Grandis in it. So it was pretty obvious who I was talking about, but even though I hadn't actually said who it was going to be. And so I think Cher at the time, who was like with chatting to Don and what have you, I think they were trying to work out who it was that was going to be coming up, because they were trying to prepare for what was going to happen next. Benny and that lot, they were trying to foresee what was going to be happening next, and assumed it was Grandis because I put the picture up. And so they'd already asked her, as far as I'm aware, if she'd been talking to anyone, and she'd apparently said no. And then, of course, I aired it, and then all hell broke loose. But I
remember the day you aired it. That's when it went crazy at Don and Candace's house.
See, that's what's making me think that's why she doesn't talk, is because she's got some level of fear, or some kind of fear of the consequences of actually talking, because it was on that night that she sent 3 more messages and then deleted them straight away. She unsent them. So it makes me think that they got to her, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Don and Candus got to her.
Well, of course they got to her, because as soon as I know of, they was calling the PIs and then calling her mom.
Thank you, Mary Deathly Delez.
And thank you, Brooks, who's in the chat,
Brooks,
for $10 super chat.
Oh, got some lovely people here tonight, all leaving lovely comments and super chats and things, super stickers. Thank you, Crime Lines and Lies. Brooks, thank you. just move down.
Well, there had to have been whatever, I don't even know if I'm sure I've seen your screenshots. Did you see those screenshots that somebody sent me? You saw, because I think you posted one on your wall recently from that video I did of,
was it this one? Because these.
No. Between Candus and the trust, the friend that Critical K's interview with that lady. That lady sent me all her screenshots between her and Candus, and I did a video on it just like yesterday or the day before.
I know I uploaded some screens. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
No, she was just saying like how she believes that Dawn is involved and is trying to get Candus arrested, and that she doesn't like Dawn at all, Candus. So I didn't know if your experience with talking to the grandma was similar to the screenshots of between the lady.
Oh, that lady, yes. Yeah, I did have a look, and they did look very similar to the ones. It's the way she speaks. I can't remember how it is now, but I think she says I instead of and, or and instead of I, or something. Yeah.
Yes.
In Sherry's opinion, she has a channel. She says, did I make a mistake coming out of the broom closet? No, Sherry, you didn't. You didn't.
We love
some nice
Sherry.
people on. Yay, we're just having a little chat about a few things. What I wanted to mention was the scream. So we've got Candus, who's outside in the camper van. You've got this apparent scream that occurs that Jodie Sue says she hears. Okay, what do you make of that, guys?
I honestly don't think there was a scream.
I never believed that scream. I've never believed it.
Well,
I always thought maybe she was put up to say that, or I don't know. I didn't
really
dodgy. I got so much hate by saying that, but
I thought it was really dodgy at the time when she actually did come out and say it, because she was seemingly quite poorly, and I wondered whether there might have been a financial transaction to get her to.
Yes. Yeah. She had just left. She was just trying to leave this guy and stuff. But and it didn't come out till a couple months after Summer was gone. So that didn't or that was whatever went missing.
And the sheriff Lawson even said that the claim of the scream was not credible. So, they obviously didn't believe it either.
No, I have talked to a couple people who claim that they have seen, the scream was mentioned from the beginning, supposedly, but I have never seen proof of that. I want absolute proof that this scream was mentioned, because if you heard a scream and you're the neighbor, you know that law enforcement was going around to the neighbors questioning if they heard or saw anything. So that should have been mentioned at the very, very beginning. Some people want to say, oh, she was scared because she was in an abusive relationship. And I just don't see how I don't know. That's just, but when I started talking like that, I got a lot of hate. So I stopped talking about it. But now people are coming out and, say the same thing because they feel more comfortable too, because so many people have turned on, pretty soon.
Well, I mean, what I want to say about that is I got a message from Grandma saying that, when she gave me all the crap that we've heard all before about how she was planting flowers and everything, and she went into the house and Candus walked her back, and then she shouted downstairs. She said, what to the boys? Where's Summer? Oh, she's down in the basement. So she went downstairs to find Summer, and then she came up with this hysterical cry.
Right.
That's what she said to me in the message. Candus came back up with this hysterical cry. Well, I mean, that could have been the scream that they heard.
Yeah.
And I made a video the other day, and I was like, hysterical cry. Wait a minute, you've gone down into the basement. You could think about it, guys. You can't find your child. You go upstairs. You look in the bedroom. You look on the top floor. They're not there. Do you have a hysterical cry? Or do you think, oh, they might be in the garden playing on the swing, playing baseball? Right. Why had an hysterical cry just because they're not in the basement?
Right. Right. And I see people in the chat saying that this scream was mentioned early on. I need some. If anybody does, please email me and send me proof of that. I just want to see proof of that. Because
I'll send you the grandma message that she sent me saying this hysterical cry.
Oh, okay. No, I'm at the scream that Jody Sue. Yeah, maybe it wasn't. But when was your conversation with Grandma?
Oh, was it about 2.5 months ago? I think
it's got to have been by now.
3 months ago.
Okay.
It was a minute ago.
It was before Jody Sue came out. Holly Lane, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. She said, Summer's Army, Emma. Thank you, ladies. Oh, you're welcome, Holly.
You're
thank
welcome.
You. Sorry, Ziggy, you were saying?
Maybe that's a good point, though, what you were saying, that maybe it was like, if somebody did hear something like that, if Jody Sue heard something, maybe it was Candus like screaming or crying real loud to try to, I don't know. I think it was fake, just so people, I don't know, to put on, to make it seem like she was worried, I guess.
I think it was for the kids' benefit.
Yes. I agree. You wouldn't come right out of the basement and suddenly just start freaking out like that. See, that shows that it was fake. No, you would first look around more. You wouldn't just suddenly, act like that. Just, when you first go to the basement. No, that's.
Yeah. Julie Applewhite, thank you for the $1.99 super sticker. Thank you. No, you wouldn't. You know yourself. You've got kids. They're everywhere, aren't they? And you go into the kitchen because you think, oh, where are they? They were in the kitchen last time I saw them, and they're not. You don't have an hysterical scream.
No, that was the theatrics to put on a show, like you said. If that happened, it was to put on a show so the boys could, be like, when they were questioned, tell the cops, like, yeah, she came out, that they saw her freaking out or whatever. But yeah, it was all, I believe, anything, if any of that stuff happened, if there was anything like that, it was all for show. I believe. I don't believe in kidnapper theory at all.
I'm sorry.
Cat Sanctuary. She said Donald likes to it's jumped. Where's it gone? Donald likes to interrupt creators' lives because he thinks he's really important and wants all the attention. No one should give him attention. He needs to talk to the cops and FBI.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely. Got another super sticker. Thank you, Joan Spring. Thank you. Very kind of you. Very kind. So what have we got next? So the hysterical scream. Okay. Without anyone in the chat bashing anyone, I know there's been a lot of drama recently. I'm not interested in any of it. No one wants to see it. No one wants to read it. But the theory that Chase came out with regarding Candus being this hero, I mean, what does everybody think about that? The theory.
I don't think it's true.
No way. No, I think, but no, I'm not dogging his theory. I just think that's what it is. It's his theory, and yeah, no, I don't believe that, but I wish.
I mean, I'm not dogging him. I just think that they pulled a hoax on him.
I've got a message from Don.
I don't understand why you would be so vociferous. That's a good word. Vociferous about raising money for a billboard if you believe that Summer's going to come back in 2 weeks' time. Just my personal opinion. Don't come at me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see where people come from when they're asking that question.
Thank you, Jen.
I don't know too much about it. I haven't been watching all the different panels to kind of like find out what's been going on with it. I just heard the theory and I thought, oh wow, you know, that's interesting. I mean, it would be a nice theory to think that, yeah, I mean, that would be the best case scenario, wouldn't it? Really?
Kind of wishful thinking, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just think that he thought he was on a private call, and he was talking more freely than he probably would have, like, if he was live, where, and he was saying things probably more matter of factly than he would have had he been, on a live like this or something. I just, maybe he truly believes that. Maybe he has heard that theory or opinion from somebody that is higher up, like he said, and maybe he just thinks that, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it would be just nice to right, we don't want any creator bashing or anything in the comment section, guys, please. Joan Spring, thank you again for the other super sticker. That's really nice of you. Thank you. And Julie Applewhite.
Thank you, Jane.
Just you know, I don't want to get involved in any of the drama, guys. I'm just talking about the theory regarding what he said and what people think about it. Jenna, what do you think about that theory?
I don't think it's correct, to be honest with you.
No.
I'm not trying to bash no one. I don't know like that creator who put that out there, but I don't think it was correct. And someone could have been trying to set him up.
Right. The difficulty is that since this case started, a lot of people, locals, have come out of the woodwork, and probably with good intentions. But the trouble when it goes real life is that you end up getting dragged into all kinds of different situations that don't necessarily need to be gone there. And I kind of think that you can't present yourself as somebody so desperate to find a child that you know has been removed from by the grandma and taken somewhere else. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Yes, he's not the only local that's caused a lot of issues around Ben Hill, I don't think.
I've got a new member, Jackie Blue. Thank you. Woohoo! So I messaged Don and asked him if he wanted to come up, and he sent me a message saying thanks. I don't know what that means.
If he wants me to drop, I mean, I don't, I don't know.
But he would probably want me to drop as well.
Well, I'm not dropping, so bring it on, Don. He won't come up because he can't deal with women. He doesn't like women, and he certainly won't like me. So
I'm for women.
Yeah, absolutely.
He knows I'm not gonna. When he came on my live. I mean, I didn't attack him or something. Or anything like that. I was very, fair and.
I don't plan on being fair. That's the problem. I don't need to be fair to a self-confessed sex offender. Do you know what I mean? I don't have any time to be fair to that. So, I think he knows exactly where Summer is. He knows exactly what happened to Summer, and he's just trying to get all the attention on himself. And he has been since day one. And the more people that give him attention, the more he thrives off the attention.
I think maybe I used the wrong word, fair. I think I try to be calm, I guess, because
I don't do calm.
Because when you see interviews and stuff like that on TV, you don't see them attacking.
Well, the problem is that he gets away with it. He just gets away with spouting his diatribe, and he goes on and on and on. Like Doug said earlier, he goes on and on and on about the same old things that he's always talked about, and we never get anywhere. It's not helping to find some.
Do you like my American accent then? The twirl. Did that sound
got gone?
I can't do it, me. I just sound really silly. Got gone. So yeah, somebody's asking, is he here? No, he's not behind the scenes. He's not, but he is watching. I think he probably will be.
Yeah, if he is watching, that's why he's not coming on. It's me. Do you want me to drop off the stream? Let you ladies have at it.
Oh God, right. So, there's supposed to be some cameras around the house. Now, apparently they put them in since Summer went missing. But did you hear that there was some cameras in the house?
I never knew about the cameras in the house.
Candace apparently has. Candus apparently has cameras in the house. Now, I don't know if I believe that, because if she's cracking him round the ear on a regular basis, she isn't going to want that catching. I can't see that, me.
We talked about this in my live yesterday, and some screenshots of somebody who speaks with Candus. I get this. I won't say the lady's name, but the lady that came up on panel was named Lynn, and some screenshots she showed. Yeah. The lady was talking about in the screenshots how Candus put up cameras, and there's something about inside the house, and even places where he doesn't know where there's cameras, supposedly.
Yeah. Mummy, what do you think to that, Kat? Do you think there's cameras in the house?
I don't know if there has always been cameras in the house, because that doesn't make sense. Why would you have cameras in your house? I mean, it's not like they were a security risk.
I think this lady was making out it was for Candace's safety, but I mean, if she's giving him a good old, pasting, every other day, then she's not going to want that.
I mean, not unless they're into they're into some really weird, like, voyeuristic thing where they broadcast their bashing of each other to people on the internet for money or something. I can only think that would be the reason.
Or like cameras on the ceiling and
like, so they can do that
mirrors and
housewives type of thing where they broadcast it or something. I don't know. People send Don their underwear. What do I know?
What? You do?
No.
Really? Oh my gosh. I didn't know if there was a story like that. I did hear that Candus has found other women's underwear and purses in his vehicle, but didn't hear about that, like people mailing him underwear.
Oh my God. Ugh.
He's the kind of person, like, I don't know, they do this thing in America. Sorry, American people on the panel. This is just what I think. That when people are on death row and, like, they're waiting to be executed and there's women, like, throwing themselves at them, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
What do you see in them? I don't get it.
There's not anybody. They don't do that. It's only. Nobody is like that we're in the UK.
We don't have death row in the UK.
Oh,
it's not a thing. No, we don't have the death penalty.
No.
But I guess we do get women that write to men in prison or maybe visit them. But, like, people get married to people that are on death row, like women. Like, it's so random.
Must be very, very desperate.
Women seem to love a bad boy, but I mean, come on, this is Don we're talking about.
Bad boy is one thing, but freaking somebody who's
I literally just threw up in my mouth then.
Oh, death row groupies.
Well,
it's total Chris Watts vibes, right? For sure. That's how Chris Watts was.
Well, one of the questions that someone put on the comment section in Emma's channel earlier was for you, Jenna, but I wanted to ask Jenna and Prayer Garden, but unfortunately she's not on the stream anymore. But the question was, when you first started to befriend Candus, what did you see in her that you thought would make a good friend?
Well, when I seen her on the Chris McDonough show, I seen someone that I could relate to. Someone who's had a hard life. That really just stays to herself.
Yeah.
Because that's me. I stay to myself. I don't trust a lot of people. And it really, I saw that in her, so I reached out to her, and I felt really bad for her, but then I started seeing different.
It's just quite an interesting point, because you obviously saw some kind of vulnerability in her that you could relate to, and
Yeah.
You wanted to reach out to her to befriend her, kind of thing. I was going to ask Prayer Garden the same question, but she's gone now. So about Don though, not about Candus. But yeah,
Daphne,
it was just an interesting question.
Daphne, thank you for the sending love from Canada. Thank you for the super chat. Very nice of you. Very nice indeed.
You have an international audience, Emma.
I know, it's amazing. I love it. I've got some really lovely people, followers. It's nice. So what were we saying? We were talking about, why does she always call when he's gone? Like when he leaves the house? What's that about? Does she not want to talk when he's there? Candus, you know?
Oh, okay.
She was, from what I've heard, when she's talking to like Candus or when she was talking to Jenna or anybody, she always kind of waited until he like left the house before she wanted to talk to people.
Sometimes she would, but then we would talk because when he get home from work. But when our conversation started to go in, like when they went to Dr. Phil in Hollywood, and when they came back, that's when more people started coming around, and I really didn't like talking to her while other people were around.
How did she feel about it? Did she talk the same when other people were around, or was she different when she was on her own?
No, she talked the people that were around her, like in her house. She talked the same. Because the only people that were around, now outside in public, when she went to the store, she would talk different.
But she wouldn't change, like when Don come home, she wouldn't start sort of like talking differently or saying different things, or
she would get real quiet, or she would tell me, "Here he comes," don't say nothing.
Yeah, I can imagine
I've also heard that apparently Grandma pays all the bills. I don't know where I heard that. I've been making notes all week every time I hear something interesting. Do you know that? I think it might have come from Cher's channel, but apparently Grandma pays all the bills. Did you know that?
Well, in the screenshot I shared yesterday, it was in there. Yeah.
Was that where I saw it?
Huh?
And maybe that's where I've seen it.
Yeah, she was saying that Grandma pays all the bills except the car payment, the $600 car payment. Jenna, do you know anything about that at all?
Well, I just know about the car payment that he pays. I know that he doesn't give Candus money. Candus has to go to work with him to even make money to buy her cigarettes and stuff.
Oh, see, I heard that he gives her like a little bit, but like hardly anything. I mean, I don't know.
When people were sending money
more than I would. Huh?
When people were sending like money off of Cash App and stuff, she never had to go without anything. But when I guess it ran down and people wasn't sending as much as whatever, she literally had to go to work with him because she would have to sit there all day with like no cigarettes or anything.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's saying in the chat, as she should, and yeah, I agree. But I also kind of think if she's at home with the kids and she's got like 4 of them and she's busy with them, that takes up most of her day, so she can't really go to work, can she, unless they're all at school. But I guess when they've all gone, then yeah, there's no reason why she can't go out and do something, I suppose. Denver GV, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. That's nice. There's no car payment, somebody says. So now I did hear, I think it was on Cher's channel, she said something along the lines of, I know whose name that car's in and it's not yours, or something like that. So I'm wondering if their names are not even on that car payment.
Well, she obviously knows more information from me because the payment that I was told was $600 a month.
Yeah. I mean, I heard it was 600, but I didn't know like who paid it or whatever. I mean, Don said he pays it, but
I know he was talking. She was telling me that he was talking about letting it go back when he was
They'd
leaving
lose.
her.
They'd lose what they paid, though, wouldn't they? If they're
Yeah.
So it's like basically saying, "You leave. I'll kill the animals. I'll get rid of the car. You won't have anywhere to live." So I mean, I suppose if you drill that into somebody enough, maybe
that's
they're going to feel like
classic domestic abuse. That attitude is classic in domestic abuse cases. If you don't do this, I won't let you do this. I'll have the money, I'll have the car, I'll have the kids, etc. It's all an extension of domestic abuse.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that she's innocent towards him either, by the way. There are some people in chat saying that we're sympathising with Candus. Well, actually, I don't think that she's entirely innocent in it either, but
I don't either,
those
to
kind
be
of,
honest with you.
yeah.
Sherry says she thinks it's in his father's name. I don't really know.
The car?
Yeah. So do you think she's covering for him, he's covering for her, or they've got something over each other?
Yeah, I think both of them have got something on each other.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They both have something on each other. Because they always threaten to call the police on each other.
Yeah. What do you think, Ziggy?
Yeah, they have something on each other, because otherwise one of them would have came forward with something by now. I feel, I mean, unless it's really true that, somebody abduct her and they're not involved, but I just have a hard time believing that. So I feel like unless both of them are like really directly involved in what happened with her, I kind of lean towards the theory that one of them is covering for the other, but then it's like, well, if that was true, wouldn't the one that's covering probably would have came out by now? So it makes me think that they both were involved in some way, because why isn't the one coming out and saving their ass by now?
Because I think, like we just said, I think they've both got something on each other.
Yeah.
I think both of them suffer. If one of them goes down, they're both going down, and I think they know that. So they're trying to keep each other out of it, or out of, or keep themselves out of it by protecting the other one.
Yeah. So we're kind of finishing up. I've got some questions that some people have left
You just need
to
a
ask.
super chat. You just need to do the super chat. Anita
Have I missed one?
Anita Johns Dottier. I'm really sorry if I said that wrong. Icelandic ISK 750. Love from Iceland. It's the middle of the night here, but you guys are worth the sleepless night. It's a sad case.
Oh, thank you, Anita. Thank you. That's really nice of you. Iceland, wow.
I told you got an international audience.
That's so nice. So somebody's asking Jenna, have you told Candus or Dawn that they need to check themselves into voluntary drug or alcohol rehab for their health and the safety of their children?
I have told Candus. Now, I don't talk to Don because I see what type of man he is, and I know what type of man he is. But I have talked to Candus about it, because she would. I told her she's gonna have to make a choice.
Yeah, the kids or And what did she say to that?
She didn't say nothing. She said if it come down to it, she would, but she wasn't ready at that moment.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the things, isn't it? If someone's an addict to anything, they've got to want to get help.
But I would have thought the biggest slap in the face, wakey, bucket of cold water over your head would be when somebody takes the children away. I mean, if you don't realise at that point, when will you realise?
I think they're completely codependent in that regard. They fuel each other's addictions.
Exactly, that's what they do.
You got a new channel member, Emma?
Sorry, I'm looking at these comments that people have left.
Sally Forth has become a member. Yay! Hi, Sally.
Oh, thank you, Sally. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. So what other questions have we got? We've got a lot of silly questions, and then I've sifted through them. I was going to write them down.
There was a lot of questions that I saw earlier that I wanted to ask, but actually I didn't know, Jenna. I listened to some of Siggy's stream from the other day, but not heard Jenna speak before. And I was kind of under the impression that like Candus and Jenna were best friends kind of thing. But I think from speaking to Jenna, it's quite obvious that, you know, it wasn't a friendship like you went to her wedding and you were there at her birth and, you know, all of that kind of stuff.
No.
It's become much clearer to me who Jenna is in regards to Candus now than it was when I was reading some of the questions earlier. So thank you, Jenna.
Oh, yeah, we do appreciate it coming up.
Thank you.
In Sherry's opinion, sent a super sticker. Thank you, Sherry. I'll message you later. So has anybody got anything they want to say? Because I could sift through those questions. I'll be there most of the night.
A lot of the questions seem to be about helping Candus and Don with their addiction issues, but I don't necessarily think that even if you were the kind of friend that was round their house every day, you still probably wouldn't be able to force them into a drug or alcohol rehab. And
if anybody knows an addict, an addict will not get help until they want it. Just like a domestic violence situation.
Yeah.
When I was in my domestic violence situation, everyone wanted to help me, but until I wanted help, I would not go nowhere.
Yeah.
A Southern mama has a really good question, because I was just talking about this right before I came on this live with Prayer Garden. Actually, she says, how come Don or Candus don't have any long-term friends? We were just talking about this right before this live. It's because they're shady people, and that should probably tell us something. They don't have any long-term friends. I mean, that I can think of. Do you know any, Jenna?
The only one that I know of is Allie, but the people that are coming around them now.
I mean, she's not a long-term friend though, is she?
She's known him for 2 years. That's the only.
I mean long-term, and she's not friends with them anymore. She had turned on them before the case, actually, she wasn't really even friends with him anymore. So I don't even. That's what I'm saying. It's like, why did she contact Hunter that day? And you know, it's just weird.
But no, they don't have any long-term friends. I'm sorry, my girls are being loud over there.
Yeah,
it's not massively surprising that they don't have any long-term friends.
Well, I mean, you know what narcissists are like. They kind of tend to make you distance you away from people in your life, don't they? And try and keep you to themselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to the domestic abuse kind of thing that we were talking about before.
Yep. Yeah. I bet Dawn doesn't want her having any friends.
Yeah. No, I think he's isolated.
It might be both ways, actually. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's both ways. But I've never known her to talk to a man. You know, at least she didn't tell me. She thought Dave Rader was hot.
Yeah.
Watch out, Dawn. Candus has got eyes for Dave Rader. That's why she was smiling in that photo. Do you remember the one where she went out for the meal?
Yeah, they went to the Mexican restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he was probably giving her the eye over the table.
I've always thought that Dave Rader was attractive for older men.
Do you think so? Oh no.
Well,
I think he is as well.
Yeah.
From the conversation that we had earlier, it would seem that perhaps Candus is more fond of younger boys than she is of men.
Yeah.
I tried to say that with as much disdain as I could. Did you notice?
I think that's because of her. Doesn't she have some learning difficulties or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Who was it that mentioned that she was in some kind of special education, supposedly, but Dawn I don't think was. I would love to ask. I've been meaning. I need to ask write that down because I've been meaning to ask Mary that because there were some people, wondering. But yeah, supposedly Candus was in some kind of special education or has some learning difficulties.
Yeah, that is true. Brooks just said Andrew and Don are much older than her. So her first husband and her second husband are much older than her, but she doesn't seem to be like Don with the women, like a womanizer of a men, female version kind of thing. The only thing that we've heard about is that she was possibly receiving or soliciting underage photos from Hunter. So
I'll have to ask him what he thinks of that. Don. See what his answer is.
Oh, when I asked him about, he just thinks it's absolutely ridiculous. And, there's no way that she would, he just laughed when I asked him about the possibility of a inappropriate relationship between Candus and H. Like, he just laughed and thought that was the most ridiculous question. At least that's how he played it off as. He's like, no way. He's like, are you serious? He's like, why would you even ask that and stuff? And I'm just like, well, I mean, this is something that a lot of people have speculated on for the whole case. And it just, but it's come out that, who was it that said that? Oh, Cher is the one that said that Dawn didn't like Cher or didn't like Candus hanging around H because something inappropriate going on, or he thought something, I don't know, or if he knew of something or what.
The thing is with that situation with H is that it's got to be his story to tell. It's not for anyone else to kind of speculate about it, because if he's a child and she's a fully grown woman, and if anything like that happened, then that's going to be his story to tell. It's abuse, and he's going to have to be the one that breaks the silence the same way that other survivors do have to.
Yeah. It's a good comment here from Julie Hughes, who says, what do you think is on the Canon camera that the TBI took from the house? Has anybody heard anything about this Canon camera?
I know there was a camera missing.
I don't even want to freaking think.
It
makes me sick, trendy, but yeah.
Well, you'd like to think it was nice pictures of your family, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But don't people usually use mobile phones?
Didn't we just say that Candus had cameras in her house for some reason?
Just recently, I think it was done. Oh, since Summer went missing. Is what I was told. But I don't know. I mean, if they did have cameras in the house before, when Summer was missing, I would think that would be helpful to the investigation to back up the, their story. But I was just told since, because there's been people coming on the property, I was told it was because of Juanita and some guy, I forget the name.
Raven. Juanita and Raven.
That's not the one I don't know, but it was something like that. Yeah.
Just looking for this comment. I think Don made the camera disappear.
I'd bet on it. I'd bet on
Ellie
Don
doesn't
making that
have
camera
the camera.
disappear.
How do they know that law enforcement doesn't have the camera? I wonder.
Don said that he thought the camera had been taken by the TBI, but it wasn't listed on the warrant or something.
Yes,
but I think the camera got gone.
got gone.
Oh my god! I didn't realize. I didn't realize it for a second. I was like, "Wow, that's an interesting way to put it." But
I'd lay money on the fact that Don made that camera get gone, because there's got to have been stuff on that camera that he was no way prepared for the TBI to see.
Well, I mean, if it was a planned thing, if this was a planned thing, that camera would have disappeared, wouldn't it, beforehand?
Right.
But if it wasn't, then and it is as they say it is, then it would have been taken. They would have found it because he wouldn't have even had time to hide it because he was at work. No. What's the deal with this boy? Boy's name is Cameron. Yeah, so there's something on the garage, isn't there, that says Cameron, and we were finding photos, didn't we, Kat, of Candus talking to this Cameron, calling him son and all this kind of stuff. But then
I asked Dawn about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just said that it was like a friend's son, a troubled boy that, he didn't really, he kind of went around the question. I didn't get much of an answer from just some, a friend's son, and he was troubled, and they were, I don't know.
Right, he said the same thing about Hunter, didn't he? He's troubled, he hasn't got a father figure, blah, 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 blah. I don't believe anything Don says. It's full of crap.
Well, I don't think he's coming on. I did drop him the link. And
no. I'm going to go cry
the link now. And he said thank you. And that's it, really. I haven't heard from him since earlier on when he was asking me to get hold of Doug.
Oh, hopefully he's drunk somewhere.
So, when he messaged Doug earlier on and messaged me and he was asking me to get hold of Doug. And it was important and it was a police matter.
Yeah.
But then when Doug came on and he was telling us, he didn't really mention the police, did he?
No, he didn't say that. Well, he didn't say. He just said that Don had rambled on about it taking 25 seconds to get down the hill.
Yeah, he just said that Don had a question for him, or it said that he had a question for him, but then he's like, "Oh, I already got it answered" or something. I don't know if Doug's being hush hush about what was said, but I bet it's more that Dawn just probably didn't really even say anything.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it might be like private for now, but I mean, if he's got him talking, he's not going to want to. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Doug is live in a few minutes. Okay, then. Well, we'll finish this off. Doug's going live. Everybody can go over to him if you want to and see what he's got to say about it. Might mention it over there. I really appreciate you're going to bed.
Yeah.
Yes, it's what time is it here? 1:30 in the morning. Oh, it's 1:45 a.m. here. But I do appreciate Jenna for coming on and talking with us tonight. It was really nice to have you. And thank you, Ziggy, for coming on and supporting Jenna and being here with us.
Anytime.
And Kat.
Thank you, Ziggy.
As always, my bestie. And thank you to everybody for watching, for listening to us rambling on for the past 2 hours. Thank you for all the super chats, super stickers, and just support, really. It's much appreciated. Okay, then, guys, we're going to end this broadcast, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks Emma.
Everybody.
Thank you, Jenna. Thank you, Ziggy.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.